What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back, yes, back to another episode of Elude Stalwart playing the Project Ascension Andorhal PvP server. Once again, I'm Elude Stalwart, and I'll be playing Elude / Spitfire, my level 60 tank that dual wields and runs people through dungeons, and my level 31, 33 Spitfire. He's something like a shadow caster, mostly just tags along dungeon runs at the moment. But yeah, welcome. Hey Pink Rose, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Just about to run some more dungeons, grinding through the Razorfin Downs. I think after we get a few more levels in there, we'll be able to move on to a different dungeon after that. Actually, you know what? I was considering going to Scarlet Monastery. I thought Scarlet Monastery Library would probably be pretty fun to run. So I'm probably just going to do that. Now that I think of it. We had some big changes on the change log. It's an entire page of talent and ability changes. Now, improved Psychic Scream now reduces its cooldown by 5 to 10 seconds, up from 2 to 4 seconds. I want to see something, because I think this is just applied to the Sargeras server, and I don't know if... Here. 5 to 10 seconds, up from 2 to 4 seconds. Oh, okay. Yeah. Psychic Scream cooldown increased to 40 seconds, up from 30 seconds. Let's see. Nope, this says 30 seconds. I'm wondering because all them changes came out, and I wasn't sure if it was going to affect the Andorhal PvP server or not. Apparently, it's released on Sargeras, but I don't know if they pushed that update to Andorhal yet. But there's like all kinds of them. I've been seeing some of these changes already. They say like Conjure Water and Conjure Food cost 1 AE. That's the reason why I have Conjure Water. Actually, you know, speaking of which, I may need to... Let me go back. I'm going to start conjuring a bunch of water to get the day started here anyways. But yeah, there's a lot of... there's a whole page of changes. And if you'd like to check those out, there's a link to them there in the chat. It's pretty much projectascension.com/changelog, and you can see all the changes. That it's a lot. It's a lot. I think they wanted to bamboozle us by doing all the changes all at once, so that way you can't see what they're actually trying to focus on changing specifically. Because it was quite a bit. Now, I got Spitfire up in the top right. We're checking his mail, making sure we cover all of the postage items so we can have a nice, clean, clear inventory before we head out and grind for the day. Like I said, I think we're going to do Scarlet Monastery. He's up to 62 gold now. Part of the reason why I'm doing this is for that reason. 62 gold. We're making gold. I went back to the Buzzard Blade. This is a drop from Dead Mines on him, and the main reason was it improves crit strike rating by 5, but I also can throw on this Held in Offhand. My cousin, last time I was running with him, he gave me this Rod of Molten Fire. It's a Held in Offhand that makes it to where my mage spell crits will refund 3% of their base mana cost. I don't really have any mage spell crit moves or anything like that, but I do enjoy this equipped. The equipped is increases spell power by 11, so that is going to really help our dot build. We have bonus damage up to 43 and bonus healing up to 43 because we're stacking the spell power. Spell power translates to bonus damage and bonus healing. Now, we also have a really neat random enchant on our wand here, and it's kind of a boo-boo wand, but it does shadow damage, so that's a added benefit of having this wand as well. But the random enchant says increases spell power by 1% of your total intellect, and I have the very same random enchant on my helm, increases spell power by 1% of your total intellect. And then like my helm also has its own passive 18 spell power. Now this is my spell power unbuffed, the 43. Hey, what's up, Nader? Good morning, man. We're gonna buff up him and we'll show y'all what his spell power is at. Get that Voidwalker summoning. Now Spitfire has quite a bit of haste as well. That 10-second cast is only a 2.7 reduction, so he's getting 2 seconds off of his cast there. So now buffed up, he's got 60 bonus spell damage and 44 bonus healing. A lot of big changes today. The changelog's been updated. They say download the new patch so you can see those changes reflected in your client. And I did that this morning. It was like an 83 megabyte download, so it's all good. We're power leveling today, Mr. Spitfire. Hail to the night, Spitfire. Alright, I wanted to do something as well. I've been meaning to do this. Here, let's see if there's a way. Maybe bar settings, I think. Bar height, bar space, bar proportion, maybe space. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do. Oh, that fajangled some stuff. I'm trying to make my ice HUD space my stuff out some more. Bar proportion. What is bar proportion? Oh, that's affecting that too. A little misclick there. I want to space out my health from my target health. So I think the only way to do that is to actually come over here and, what is it, offset? Yeah, we're gonna have to offset that. But instead of offsetting, I think I'm just gonna change the horizontal position. Horizontal adjust, let's put it like right here. And then we got to do the mana as well. Here, while we're doing this, let's align that. Align 64. Okay, so we're gonna give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks of space, and we'll make that 707. Now 708. I also wanted to take these icons off because these same icons are displayed on the info, so we don't need to have them on here. PvP icon, all that's in the info. Party roll icon, yeah. So icons are pretty much all disabled now. Mana, we got to move that over as well. Player mana. Also player health, I want to get rid of that background visible stuff. Player mana, we're going to move that off to the left. This is the Ice HUD add-on, by the way. Nader says, hi, how's you? Have to get ready for work XD. Alright, man, cool. Appreciate you spending some part of your morning with us here, though. It's always good to see Nader out there saving the world. Bar horizontal. Oh no, I can't get this off over there more. Well, if I offset it, I can. Alright, let's offset it -7, and then horizontal adjust it over just a tad. We need to line it up with, there we go, perfect. So we had to offset that by 7 in order to get it over there. And then we also need to get rid of the background. I actually want to scoot up the health, or the mana closer to the health. Yeah. We don't want it to eat that, but we want it to be close. Trying to make the UI look fancy. Right there. Yummy. Fancy. Then put the raging energy there too. Boom shakalaka. Now we'll get the player info off to the left as well. Probably drunk. Think we can line that up nice. Nader said, well, have a good one. Alright, Nader, take it easy, man. And Pink Rose says, you too. Have a good one, Nader. Let's get our buffs. I think, yeah, our buffs are here as well. Let's, can we go to config mode with the buffs? Here, configuration, no. I need to get the mana text also configured. Once we get this set up, we'll go to Scarlet Monastery. And then the health text settings, we need to get that a little bit more lower. I think that's even. Yeah, that's even. Now our buffs are on the player info. Buff size, own buffs, show buffs, buffs row, space between buffs. Horizontal position? No. I didn't want to move that. Let's make this 280. Nope. Let's make it 278. There we go. Maybe 277. No, we'll try 6. Let's try 7. Yeah. Now the buffs, we gotta move somehow. Where? Space between buff placement, bottom left. Here we are. Vertical offset. Let's make sure our cast bar isn't. Can we cast anything? Maybe this? Yeah. That's not going to be affected. So let's get some buffs to look at. Buff both weapons. That was just one for some reason. I do not have a pet. Let's get a pet. I do not have mana. Oh, right. The whole reason why I went to this spec was to get some mana. Well, that's okay. We're going to swap our agility over to intellect so we can get all our buffs and stuff transferred over. I don't know if that'll affect our MP5 at all, but we can rest while we're moving our buffs around. Now, horizontal offset, we're going to need a little bit more over to the right. Right now we're adjusting our player buffs. Want to make sure those are lined up nice and purty. We're going to make that a little bit lower. 5, nope, 60, we'll say 8. Maybe 69. 69. There it goes. Let's do one more. Let's make it a clean 70. Yeah, there we go. And then that side is set up. Now we need to do the same with the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 blocks before you see my health. I'm going to make their health 7 blocks before you see theirs. That'll give us plenty of space to work with. We may have to Fajango our buffs a little bit, but that's okay. We don't mind like our power auras. That's what I mean. May need to do some power auras messing with. You know, I want my debuffs also to be taken into account as well. I'm gonna say bottom right. And you know what? Let's gonna go. Actually, it is player. I want to make my buff row only 3. Is that? Let's say 4. There we go. And then for my debuffs, we're gonna do the same. Debuffs on the right. We're gonna grow them to the left though. Buff anchor to the bottom right. Wait, this is for the buffs. Damn. Grow them to the right. Put them on the bottom left. Right. Now the debuffs, we want to grow them to the left. Put them on the bottom right. Correct. Now, how can we get a debuff right now? Nothing here can give me a debuff. Nothing Spitfire can do can give me a debuff either. There should be a config mode or something. Hide blizzard buff, show debuffs. There's no way to tell unless I can get a debuff somehow. I think my other spec has a debuff. That's okay. We're gonna conjure as much water as we can with as much mana as we have, and then swap specs over, and we can get a debuff there, I know for sure. Alright, now we're out of mana. We're gonna switch specs over to our teleport spec. This is our create water spec. You can see this ice HUD also has a target cast bar, and I put that right above my cast bar. Okay, so we're transferred over. Now I'm gonna drink some water here. Get mana'd up. That'll give us 5k mana. And then we're gonna move our target health bars over 7 after we get a debuff. And I figured Divine Shield would probably be the best bet because I think it's like a 2-minute debuff or something like that. And that'll give us plenty of time to tweak our settings. There's the debuff, Forbearance. Now we need that on the bottom right. We will bring it down here, and these are going to grow to the left. So 73, we can make that a clean 70, I believe. Yes, because it's just like the other one. Bring that into somewhere close. This is 13. Let's try 10. Let's try 11. Well, let's try 9. There we go. So now their debuffs are lined up. As we get multiple debuffs, they'll stack to the left, and we want them to stack in up to 4 rows, I think. I don't see any way to limit the amount of rows though, so we'll just call that good then. I think buffs row counts for the same thing. Yes, okay. Now, let's do the same with our target stuff. Target. We need target health. Here it is. Alright, target health. First, we're going to take our target icons off. We don't want any of those. I kind of dig the elite one. Config mode, no. Icon config mode. I don't really see the elite one though. There it is. Okay. We're gonna need to actually bring that even further that way. I don't know if we're gonna be able to actually make it though. Here, let's tell it not to draw it. Let's get the bars in position first. Background not visible. Target health and target mana, background not visible. Now our target health, we want it to be, it's gonna be on the right side. Everything all flipped all cattywampus there, but that's okay. Icon config mode off, target health. At least we'll be able to adjust it a little bit more freely. Now we want 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So where this ends is where we need to bring that health bar. So we can horizontal adjust that down to there, vertical, and on that side they have it just above this line here. Yeah, yesterday I figured out how to give this to Spitfire, so I was able to actually get him set up with the same kind of bars and all that stuff. It was weird though, because after I logged in with him, everybody looked naked for a little while. Then it had to like recache or something. Whoops. Wasn't trying to move that. Dang it. 100. We'll say 103. Nope. Let's go in the wrong way. Let's say 98. Let's say 96. Maybe even one more. 95. There we go. Now we'll do the same with the mana. Let's bring the mana over. We want the mana side on the right. Yes. That's the width modifier. $93, $95. Nope, other way. Let's go 90. One less. 79. That's too much. 89. There we go. 88. We could actually even move the health bar more to the right just a tad. Let's say 89. Yeah, that one's 89 as well. Okay, good. Now we'll scoot the mana on up closer. And it looks like the health's actually a little lower on the left side. Maybe we'll even do that. On the left side. Horizontal, vertical. 1. Maybe even 2. Now it's not as far down. Okay. Now target mana. Bring the mana up. Which direction do we need to go? 15 is lower, so we need to go lower than that. We'll say 10. Maybe 109. Let's try 108. And a couple more. 107 or 106. 106 seems right. The width of this isn't as much though. Oh, it's probably because I still need mana. Yeah, that's why. 95, 96, 97, 98, 100. Alright, good. So we could probably even... Nope, that's good. Okay, now buffs. We need target health, or target info rather. Let's horizontal position this over. And probably drunk is, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars, then the P actually begins in the 1, 2 bar. Yeah, we need to scoot this more to the left, apparently. Because the P goes right 248. 240, we'll say 250. 251. There we go. And the buffs just about done here. Buffs row 4. And let's get some buffs rolling. Alright, so we need to scoot that over and up. Let's say 25, maybe 27. Even further, let's go for a full 30. 32. One more. 34, that's good. Now vertical 55, even more. Let's say 50. And 47. Perfect. Now debuffs are the same. We're gonna do the debuffs on the bottom right. I actually didn't check to see if that was bottom left. Okay, bottom left, grow right, correct. Bottom right, grow left. And let's get a debuff again. Forbearance. Okay. That can scoot in just a tad, and it can scoot down just a tad. Let's mana up so we can get it lined up proper. Horizontal vertical offset is at 7, so we'll 47 that the same. And then horizontal, we can make that, let's make it 40, or let's make it 3. Maybe even 2. That should be good. Alright, so that's all set. Where is our text? We need our player health text. That is the wrong player health text. But we do need to position this a little better. $76, let's say 75. And then player mana will do the same. What is it, 75? This is the wrong. We need player mana, that was target mana. Vertical offset. What, 30? Nope, that's too low. 33. That's pretty good. Horizontal, let's make that 5. Yes, okay. Now, target health. Just about done here. Just setting up the add-ons. This is the Ice HUD add-on, by the way. 22, perfect. And we'll go to mana. Mana text settings. We want that to be lower, so let's say 35. Ooh, close. Almost just right off rip. Got it. Let's say 33. 33. Nice. Let's take it to the right. Just one more. So, how is that? Let's say 15. There we go. Perfect. Perfectly. Now, I think everything else is, whoops, blink there. Everything else is good, yeah. All the rest of that is perfect. So we'll take a line off of our screen, and we're going to give a port to, how do we get to, what's a smart way to get to SM? We need to get to Scarlet Monastery. All I can think of is Ironforge or even Minethil Harbor up to South Shore and then running the rest of the way. Western Plaguelands feels like it'd probably be closer. Chillwind Camp. I know Spitfire doesn't have that flight path though. Let's see. We'll give them a port to Ironforge and fly out to Wetlands. And before we take off, I need to go get some more runes of teleportation and runes of portals. We'll say 16 teleportation runes and one more rune of portals. I don't think we have reincarnate anymore, so we're gonna get rid of the Ankh, and we don't have big Mark of the Wild anymore, so we're gonna get rid of Wild Thorn Root, and I believe that is it. We don't have totems either. I think on either spec we don't have totems. I'm just gonna get rid of totems as well because we need the bag space. And Symbol of Kings our way up to 100-ish. 96 is plenty. And I think we're all set now. Got our mana. This is a quest item. Book of Ascension. I think we need to bank our book. We're gonna bank our book and bank our skull splitting crossbow. Then we're gonna be solid. I actually want to go and buy a couple of scrolls of unlearning.
Hello.
Because I'm gonna move some stuff. Let's put the skull splitting crossbow in that. Fantastic. Is that it? Let's put this quest item in there as well. Maybe even our arcane runes if we really want to have some space. Just get rid of everything we're not going to be using.
Safe travel.
Oh yeah. Anyone want some free rune cloth? No, Modred. No. Now, I was saying I want to go get those scrolls of unlearning because last time I was running Bernard, I think it was Bernard Pooringer. He brought up a good point. He said that he was asking about my spec in some way for some reason. And one of the things he mentioned was that I could probably, or one of the things he made me realize rather, was that I could probably be speccing out of Vengeance and getting more physical damage. So here, this is going to be for Consecration. And then the talents for Vengeance will be this one. And then I could afford one more. Vengeance, Consecration, what else was it? Dang, I don't want to switch back over. Alright, 10 seconds, I'll switch back over. Wow, that player info is not centered on the health bar. Or target info, rather. Horizontal position, there it is. Takes a longer name to realize, I guess. Bernard Pooringer says, I heard someone say my name. Winky face. Yeah, man. We were talking about the spec yesterday, and you made me realize I needed to change something. Because currently my tank set is using Vengeance to mitigate from the damage reduction from defensive stance. But improved defensive stance fully mitigates from the damage reduction. It only applies to physical damage, right? But Vengeance applies to holy damage. So I was thinking I needed to actually make it to where I here, give me a second. I need to make it to where I'm mitigating as much damage as possible so I can keep threat. I thought it would be really good to do that with the Vengeance because of the holy damage I was doing, but most of my damage that was going out was melee attacks. It wasn't even actually, whoops, it wasn't even actually holy damage. Holy damage moves were actually pretty far down the list. So I think today we're going to try out, while we're doing these runs, and this is part of the reason why I'm doing these runs as well, we're going to try out oh man, that offset my buffs too. Sorry, keep getting distracted. Today we're going to try out running with improved defensive stance. We're going to see how that plays. Alright, that should work. 20. I think our debuffs went offset as well, but we'll figure that out later. That was what, a 5-point difference? So, what do we add 5 points here? Let's make that 4. Sure, and then we'll play with that later as we go. Alright, so I swapped, and this is what we were talking about last time. I'm going to take these points out of Vengeance because it's costing me 3 right now to increase my damage to mitigate against the damage reduction from tank stance. And I'm going to come over here to tank stance and put 2 into improved defensive stance. So currently defensive stance is defensive combat stance. Decreases damage taken by 10% and damage and healing caused by 10%. Increases threat generated. So it's decreasing the damage I take and the damage and healing I do by 10% and increases my threat. Now if I improve that, while in defensive stance, all spell damage is reduced by 3%. So that's more mitigation and more damage reduction for our damage reduction build. And when you dodge, block, or parry, I'm going to pretty much be parrying and dodging. We'll have a 50% chance to become enraged, increasing physical damage caused by 5% for 12 seconds. So when we spec this out, that's going to be a 100% chance to become enraged when we dodge or parry. And you can see our dodge is already pretty high, so we're going to be dodging quite frequently, and we're most likely going to parry every once in a while. And if we want to instigate a proc, we can just use evasion and jump that dodge up even further. and we're still not even agility stacked yet, so that's even going to go higher. But we're going to keep a constant enrage up is my point, and it's going to increase damage we do by 10%. So that'll get rid of the damage decrease here. Our healing's still going to be a little nerfed, but we're going to be avoiding so much it's not going to be an issue. So 2 points into that. Now we have a 100% chance, and spell damage is reduced by 6% now. I should have mentioned that. But now we're going to have a 100% chance to become enraged, doing more physical damage. And with our remaining point here, we're going to be able to... Actually, let me unlearn Consecration, because that was part of what my plan was that day. Consecration is very expensive, so we're going to get rid of that. Now we have 2 and 1. We can pick up a talent ability. Right, that was the next one.
Can I help you?
Okay, so one more scroll of unlearning.
Alrighty then.
We're going to get rid of the assassination, or rather the combat rogues sinister strike. So now we have 4 and 1. We're going to grab hemorrhage, because hemorrhage hits a lot harder. And it's going to put a physical damage debuff on them, increasing the physical damage that we're doing with defensive stance when we become enraged. So now our main spammable single target ability is going to be hemorrhage. We need a swap, and then we got enough points left to do something else fancy. I don't yet know what, but we're going to find out in a second. Wow, hemorrhage went right at the back of the pack. And we're going to improve all of our hemorrhage. So now we got a hemorrhage rank 3 there. Very nice. And we got 2 more points, I believe. Yes, we can get 1 more move and or ability. What was I thinking? Oh, I wanted Shamanistic Rage, actually. For the 15% damage reduction, have another damage reduction cooldown, but we're gonna need 1 talent point for that, so maybe there's another way, or maybe there's even another ability I could be picking up. Look up Ghostly Strike, the Subtlety Rogue Tree. Yeah, that's gonna require another talent point as well, though. This is a 20-second cooldown. It does 125% weapon damage and increases your chance to dodge by 15% for 7 seconds. I think my dodge is okay currently. And 20-second cooldown, that's another thing to manage. It's a single target strike for 40 energy. I'd rather spam hemorrhage single target. A lot of people swear by the Ghostly Strike though. It's like a 20-second defensive cooldown, I guess. I want an ability, I don't know what yet. There's something that comes to mind. Travel form. Maybe that's what I wanted. Because as it stands right now, this spec does not have a movement speed increaser. But, you know what? This is a dungeon tank. I'm thinking aspect of the pack will be the best, because then we can book it through the dungeons and certain situations. Aspect of the pack, but it's only 30% movement speed in a dungeon though. That's pretty useful, and that's where this guy is gonna live. I haven't convinced myself yet, so we're gonna put a pin in that. We got 2 abilities that we can spend on something. We have a res right now, we got the buffs right now. Seal command, frost armor. I heard frost armor took a hit with the recent patch. Earth living. I wanted earth living. That's what it was. I wanted earth living in one hand and frost brand in the other, because that's gonna beef up my self heals. It's already done. You can't convince me out of it. Too late. And that's gonna beef up other people's heals as well. Bernard says, when I was thinking of a tank spec, I thought of a full-on dodge spec with the rogue talent, which gives you 50% weapon damage strike every time you dodge. 1 CE per se, I think. Another thing is, if you care at all to parry with your dodge, my cousin and I have been looking into, I think it's survival actually. You can boost up your parry and get moves like counter attack. It's a strike that becomes active after parrying an opponent's attack. It deals 139 damage and immobilizes. It can't be dodged, blocked, or parried. Also, Combat Rogue has Riposte. Strike that becomes active after parrying, deals 150% weapon damage and slows. This was more for PvP, I think we were talking about it for. And then also with your full-on dodge spec, you can reduce the cooldown of evasion by 30 up to 60 seconds, and it increases your stamina as well. That could even be something useful for my spec. And then I could even pick up sprint. Yeah, Riposte right here. And that's only 10 energy, so it's not half as expensive as Ghostly Strike. So that's something, and it adds a combo point and all that stuff too. Ghostly Strike's 40 energy, 20-second cooldown. But I mean, yeah man, whatever you spec into ends up being what's so powerful. So really it's like, this setup right here gives you, I think it's a up to 100% chance to add a combo point to your target after you dodge their attack or fully resist one of their spells. You can do that and get free combo points. I would even take this and spec it with Honor Among Thieves. That makes it to where you're getting free combo points for dodging as a tank, and then free combo points when anyone in your group critically hits with the damage or healing ability. That's a free combo point. So you can get free combo points to go into, let's see, you could go into Slice and Dice, you could go into Kidney Shots, because if you're a tank you're probably going to want to mitigate damage often. And you could even expose armor, reduce that armor and increase your white damage. And then eviscerates, like eviscerates are pretty good too. I don't know if I'd go for rupture. Rupture is pretty good, but most stuff dies so quickly. I don't know if rupture can ever be worth it. Alright, so we ended up with Earth Living Weapon, and we ended up with Hemorrhage. So now we're gonna head over to Mr. Spitfire. Now I was doing the testing with my cousin on the target dummies, and we went hitting the dummies for minutes at a time to see if it was worth the damn to have dual wield Frostbrand. And it is, it's like a 30 DPS increase to have a second Frostbrand, but I don't think we need that much of a DPS increase with this spec. So I'm going to opt for the DPS that I'm going to get from main hand Frostbrand, and then I'm going to offhand Earth Living for increased heals. And that's going to boost my chain heal a bit more. Hell, it may even boost my Divine Storm for all I know. But yeah, so let's get this rolling here. Let me buff up that and this. Both of my weapons are not buffing. Oh, that's probably why. So main hand Frostbrand, offhand. Our main hand should be Frostbrand. Our offhand, we want our offhand this. Damn it. Alright, I gotta switch my gear out. This is Earth Living. This is Frostbrand. Earth Living Frostbrand, done and done. And then, yeah. So let's port. Oh man, I gotta switch specs to port. The struggle is real. Ghostly Strike would be more like a keep it up buff. Can you keep Ghostly Strike up indefinitely, or is there a gap? For 20 seconds, you can have 15% dodge for 7 seconds. So you're looking at a 13-second downtime with Ghostly Strike, which you could fill with other damage mitigating things. I kind of wish that Cheat Death was active. I wish you could use Cheat Death. Alright, we're going to go to Ironforge. And then from Ironforge, we're going to fly to Minethil Harbor. We'll get Spitfire rolling on that. And Elude, he needs to go get some more Rune of Portals. We're going to get 11 more Rune of Portals. Greetings. Rune of Portals. I thought I had 11 already. But there we go. Let's see if he can catch his own port before it's invalid. Hurry! Yes! Fantastic. La la. La la. Alright, Spitfire is already in cheetah form. I'm hoping to have Look, do you see that on the top screen there? It's like a giant cheetah riding a cat. It's kind of gross actually. Let me see if I can do something right now. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Here we go. I figured out how to show you. Look at this. This is what Spitfire's looking at right now. For some reason, Elude never switched out a cheetah form. Still is on his mount. What the hell? Brown chicka brown brown. Hey, y'all get a room. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Transfer back here. It's weird, he's following him right now. It looks so weird. Look at that. What are you doing, Elude? Get off that lightsaber. Think of the children. You're gonna have ugly mutant children kittens. So nasty. Get a room. Don't judge me, Spitfire. Don't you dare judge me, you bastard. You've got a blueberry. Alright, we're gonna head to Menethil Harbor. This is gonna be janky. Let's see what he looks like when he flies. Alright, so actually I could go even further. Let's find out where you can fly to, buddy. I need a ride. Yeah, I can only go to Menethil Harbor. Damn. I'm gonna need an escort, I guess. And we'll send Elude off. Dang it. Let's make these look the same. Let's put that right there, line it up with the C, and this one. That one right there, line it up with the C. There's more space than that. There we go. So now there's almost no change whenever I do it back and forth. So we want main screen Elude right now. That's done. We got a long run to Scarlet Monastery. I was thinking I'd probably run him all the way up to Chillwind. The Chillwind camp's going to be the quickest flight path. We need to get all the flight paths that connect from Menethil Harbor up to Chillwind camp. And then Spitfire already be set up. He'll have all those flight paths for future. Bernard says, how do you plan on using 3 shaman buffs the same time? Earthliving, Frostbrand, and Maelstrom for chain heals. Yes, I'm going to have Frostbrand in my main hand. And I got a slow weapon here. I got Dale Rin Sacred Charge. It's a 2.8 speed, which is perfect for Frostbrand. That falls right in the 9 procs per minute frame with its speed. And it being on the main hand means that I'm going to get more hits with it, guaranteed. And with Earth Living in the offhand rather, that'll just boost my healing. So offhand Earth Living for heals and Earth Living procs, and then main hand Frostbrand for attacks and DPS and procs per minute. Now I also want to probably at some point, I don't know like when, but I'm gonna figure out where I can get 5 points from, and most likely this is the wrong tree. I'm gonna figure out where I can get 5 points from and put it into Sheath of Weapon, or Sheath of Light rather. So it'd be really neat to have Sheath of Light and Earth Living, because then I could get both of those hots running on myself when I crit, and that'd be pretty neat. But I don't really know where I could do that, where I could borrow the points from, unless I take from my dodge. And I told you guys I was going to show you this build, but I haven't made it up yet. Maybe on this long trek here I can build it up and show you what it is. We'll pull out the Ascension calculator here and swap over to this. This may be pushing the limits of my multitasking ability though. Alright, yeah, I don't think I made this build anywhere. I think it's only on this character. Then I'd have to switch as well. Yeah, I can't even look at it. You were in shapeshift formed. Heliandra said meow 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 a million times. GG Heliandra. Alright, so now we're this spec. We're gonna just have to regular run. Yeah, we got Frostbrand 5 on our main hand weapon, and we got Earth Living 4 on our offhand weapon. And you can see our weapons are glowing blue and green, and that puts our healing up to 60 unbuffed currently. I don't know if that's going to go any higher when we buff, but that's 60 extra bonus healing to our chain heal, which makes it heal for 405 to 465. And then when it crits, it'll crit for like double that, so that's almost 800, almost a K. So even if we fully stam stack, Picro says, I'm a cow, look at me, I'm a cow, look at me. But yeah, if you fully stam stack, you're about 5k hit points, then a 1k heal is 1/5 of your entire health. So that's kind of good. That's a decent heal, even for a night elf like myself. And then with an 8.5 chance to hit, we're never missing with our special attacks, because you only need 8%. We're actually 0.5 over, which is just going to help our white damage a little bit more whenever we get our defensive stance procs of physical damage increase. Now let's go down the list here and build up this build for y'all to look at, so I can give you an idea what I'm working with and really let y'all pick it apart, because I'd like some feedback on this. I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm just feeling it out as I go. Armor contribution from items by 13, that is more. So this patch increased thick hide. Thick hide is now point for point, even more so the best talent that you can pick up for increased armor. And it says armor contribution from items, so there's no stipulation of cloth or leather there. That's just any items. That's different. I'm glad I checked that. Now we got Aspect of the Monkey from Beast Mastery, and then still trying to not auto run fail. And then the Beast Mastery talents, I think I also picked up armor from it. Talents. Point for point increases armor rating of your pets, that includes the Voidwalker, by 10%, and your armor contribution from, or 20%, and your armor contribution by 10%. Now we need to go north from here. Still trying to do some auto run here and spec off to the left. So bear with me as I run out into the abyss. We picked up Conjure Water. Conjure Water and Conjure Food are only 1 AE now. So those are really handy to have if you don't like spending money on water. I like to get water and heal, so I never have to get any food or band-aids. Frost Mage, 2 points into Frost Mage for Frost Armor, and I heard Frost Armor took a hit. They say Frost Armor is now slowing attack speed instead of 25%. It's supposed to be like 15% now instead of the full 25. Because it was just like a staple. Everybody would pick it in the battlegrounds. So, Holy Paladin, by nerfing it a little, they free up people to be able to pick other things. Now, if I really wanted to do some good cheese, I could get rid of Cleanse here, which I'm not yet, but I could get Seal of Light instead of Seal Command. I'm kind of worried about our threat. That's the whole reason why I got Seal Command, but if it's more survivability we need, then I would go Seal of Light. But for now, we're going to stay with Seal Command for the threat. And all we have from this tree is the Cleanse. So update that. I gotta be careful, there's elite dwarves over here. They might murder Spitfire. Okay. Right now my run speed is 15% and Spitfire's following me with 30 or 40% rather. So we're still making progress. And then we're also into the Holy Talent tree for, I think, hit rating. 4% chance to hit. Now this did take a nerf. Now it's 20 yards instead of... No, that's right. I think they said they were going to do something to enlighten judgments to where it doesn't have as long a range, but it's a 40-yard range still when you judge. Oh, Seal of Light was the thing I need for healing while in cat form, not the judgment. Yeah, you can't judge in cat form. You'll shape shift out. And you actually get more healing with Seal of Light as well. When you judge, you only have a 2% chance on hit to get a heal. But with Seal of Light, you actually get a 4% chance to heal. And that's on every single attack. And cats are the fastest attackers in the game. So you get 4% chance after each attack, each attack, each attack, each attack. So Seal of Light's really good for cats. So is well, Seal of Wisdom's probably garbage actually, because Seal of Wisdom only gives you mana and you don't ever need mana in cat form. But yeah, Seal of Light for sure. Seal of Righteousness would be whack for you because Seal of Righteousness requires you to have slow weapons. Same with Seal Command, I think. Seal Command hits harder with slower weapons. Retribution Paladin. I mean Protection Paladin. We got Righteous Fury here. We did also have Righteous Defense, but Righteous Defense shares a cooldown with our Taunt. And our Taunt works off of our Vigilance, so we wanted to get rid of Righteous Defense. Vigilance makes it to where every time our target that we have marked with it gets hit, our Taunt is refreshed. And having a Taunt more often, I think, is better than having a Taunt for more less often. I think that's right. Oh, who's that? There's like some people down in the cave there or something. Alright, so this is where we got our dodge. We got 5 points into anticipation. That's 5% dodge. We got 3 points into Righteous Fury. That's a 6% damage reduction. And we got 5 points into toughness for the threat increase. And that's still the same. I think this is the area. Yeah, this is where we need to get the flight path for Spitfire. We picked up Blessing of Sanctuary. As much as it pains me, we skipped Righteous Fury. Maybe we'll come back for that in a different build variation of this one. And then we also picked up Hammer of the Righteous, or Hammer of the Righteousness. Alright, and we'll get Spitfire the flight path here. Alright, he's good. On to the next place. Got caught up on a light post there. Okay, so talent calculator. We left off on Hammer of the Righteousness. Correct. Okay. Next we went into Ret Pally. We got some Ret Pally moves. And here we got Judgment of Light. Pretty good 2% chance to heal. Not bad at all. Cancel that. I almost closed that. That's it. That's all we got. How are we spending 7 points if that's all we got? Oh, okay. In the talent tree. I see. So now the Ret talents. Right. Okay. So we picked up Seal Command. 2 points into Pursuit of Justice. And then down here we got Judgments of the Wise. We could actually reduce the cooldown of our judgment and get more mana more often. But I wanted to see if getting just 25% of our base mana on a 10-second cooldown would be viable. And it actually is. But if we wanted, we could borrow points. I think I would borrow them from Pursuit of Justice to improve our judgment so we can get more mana more often if we felt like it. But I think as it stands right now, I think we're okay on mana. We have just about enough to be kind of loose with our heals and messy. And I like that. I like a messy spec that requires focus and attention in order to play well. We got Power Word Fortitude. We didn't actually improve that. We would probably drop that if we needed to drop something for something else later on. That Power Word Fortitude would be the thing to go. Also, Holy, we got Resurrect for that moment when the tank lives and the healer dies. And then Combat, we went with Evasion for that 50% chance to dodge every once in a while, and Kick because we always have energy in most pools, and Kick is a nice 15 energy free interrupt. And we also grabbed Hemorrhage from Subtlety. I remember that, so we just did that. Enhancement. And enhancement, we picked up Frostbrand weapon, and we went talents after that, it looks like. So talents, Storm Strike, improved Storm Strike, and Maelstrom weapon. So Storm Strike, improved Storm Strike, and then Maelstrom. And that's the enhanced tree done. On our way to South Shore, we're almost there now. I don't think we need to turn yet. No, yeah, we still got a ways. The Resto Shaman. On the Resto Shaman, I know we grabbed Earth Living and Chain Heal. And then if we go to the Resto Talents, we improved Chain Heal. Right, okay. Improved Affliction. Bernard says, Seal Command and Seal Light don't stack though. Correct. Bernard says, Elude, better choice than Kick would be Wind Shear. I think it was range and it can't be dodge, blocked, or parried. The only problem I have with Wind Shear is its mana cost. I'd rather spend energy on an interrupt than mana, because my mana abilities right now are, it gives mana, but it costs mana for Judgment, Hammer of the Righteous. My Chain Heals mana costing, that's my most expensive move. Divine Storm costs mana, Cleanse costs mana. So I wanted to save all that mana for those moves, and I felt like Wind Shear would probably be, I'm sure it's cheap, but I don't want to have another thing that relies on mana. I'd much rather use my energy for an interrupt. And I'm already in melee range when I want to interrupt as well, because I'm tanking. But that was my reasoning behind Kick. I always tend to prefer Kick. I like it. I like Kick. But yeah, for sure, if Spitfire needs an interrupt, I'd rather have Wind Shear on Spitfire. He's got plenty of mana. He's got like 3k right now without even stacking it. And then I would also pick counter spells and stuff like that on him as well. Drain Soul. Now that I have so many, drained soul is probably something I can get rid of because I still have 25 soul shards. So I can summon my Void Walker 25 more times before I need to pick that back up. So that's 2 abilities so far I've noticed between the Discipline Priest's Fortitude buff and Drained Soul that I can put into other things on this spec so far. So it's got some kind of a utility. I would say the spec has utility, so I could pick up things like Resurrection and stuff. Because most of the core things that it needs to work are solid enough to where you don't need a lot to support that. So I find myself in this spec grabbing more utility. Demonology, we got the Void Walker, and we got improved Demonic Embrace and Soul Link. So Demonic Embrace improves our Soul Link, and then we got Soul Link. And then Arms Warrior. From the Arms Warrior we grabbed Thunderclap because it's a high threat, scales with your attack power, AoE, damaging move. Where's the flight path? I think we passed it, my bad. Cleave for a rage dump, and Whirlwind for the dual wield joy and happiness, slamming everybody with both our weapons in an area. It's very beautiful. And that's for protection. We're almost done with this spec. These little fences are getting on my nerves. Okay. Now Spitfire, grab this flight path. Yeah, he got knocked off by the fence. Gotta run him up a little. He's actually got a quest to turn in here. Complete quest. Alright. So that puts him a third of the way into this level. He's got a lot of quests here actually. Another thing we could do instead of Scarlet Monastery is just grind that cave up there. The AoE cave. I don't think I will though. I think my graphics card gets very confused with me doing all the dual thing. Protection Warrior has 3 points as well. We have Taunt here. Defensive Stance. I think that's all I grabbed. So Prot has Taunt and Defensive Stance. Bernard says, thanks so much, all caps. Seal of Light works wonders, and now I'm killing through elite ogres and Aldrich Mountains. Nice, man. That's badass. That 1 point makes so much of a difference. Especially with your fast attacks. You're probably getting healed constantly with that. That sounds really fun, like the Lighty Paws. The Seal of Light Paws. Lighty Paws. I'm just gonna say this statement has been copyright LLC.com. Oh, okay, there we go. That's all of them. But I should be able to also dual wield. Why isn't it letting me dual wield? Oh, because Arcane, I grabbed water. So the talent calculator does not take into account the recent changes. So it's not reflecting the fact that I've actually got 1 extra AE for dual wield. But there's something missing because it says I need 5 points to be spent. Let's go into Protection Pally. I did get Toughness. I did get the armor thing. 5 talents. Rep Pally. Is something costing 5 talents that doesn't cost 5 talents here? Rep Pally is good. Yeah, it says I have 5 extra talent essence on my calculator. Maybe I missed something. Enhance has Maelstrom and those. Enhance Maelstrom, Storm Strike. That's it. Where did I miss 5 points? I don't even see where 5 points can go. Alright, let's go down the list actually. We got Balanced Druid, Feral, that's 3. I should have Beast Mastery. I should have spent 3 talents in Beast Mastery. On what? Beast Mastery? Armor contribution? Oh, I missed that. Oh, Beast Mastery also has improved aspect of the monkey. Dodge bonus from aspect of the monkey can be increased by 3%. That's interesting. But that was the first 3 that I was missing. Holy Paladin should have spent 2. Right, okay. So I was just a little distracted, that's why. Okay, so here's the build. We finally got it done. We're going to save this build as Chain Heal Tank. And we'll share it, export it as an image. Okie dokie. And we're going to post that in our Discord as Chain Heal Tank. Chain Heal Tank. Upload. Done son. Copy link. Now here is our build. And anyone that's watching the stream is welcome to join the Discord, especially if you're part of the Stalwart Vanguard. That is the Discord. Let me know if you join and I'll give you access. Alright. So that's saved. I'm going to go ahead and close this calculator and then we can finish focusing on getting to the Scarlet Monastery. Man, now that I know what I can change out, I might want to get travel form, because I definitely don't need soul drain anymore. There's nowhere I'm going to be able to drain souls here anyways. Of course, I did spend 5 shards already with this Voidwalker business. Yeah, get rid of drain soul, pick up cheetah. I'm thinking about that right now. I really don't want to spend Elude's money because I've kind of been wanting to save up for a mount. I don't know. Maybe we can earn it back here. Yeah, let's get him cheetah form, I think. Or, I mean, even aspect. No, not aspect of the pack. That's slower. Let's get rid of fortitude. Or yeah, we're going to get rid of drain soul. Alright, affliction. But at least in that build I put drain soul in, so you can see that that's what you need to be able to summon the void. I truly hate whenever I spec out something and I forget like the one pivotal move that makes the whole thing work. Like I've made entire builds around retribution, for example, like a rep pally, and forgotten to either pick up judgment or forgotten to pick up a seal. And it's like, no, I can't even judge. Here's shapeshift. Alright, on our way. On our way at an increased movement speed rate. Kind of feel naked right now. I think I'm gonna pull the void out and get buffed up. Buff me. And Spitfire has fortitude as well, so maybe he'll want to get some fortitude over to Elude. Elude can do his stuff now. Yeah, buddy. Very nice. And then we'll give him fortitude as well. And then we could chain heal, because we got super awesome chain heals. A little bit of mana so we can cheetah away. Ah, yeah. Now Elude's not so naked, and he doesn't need all this intellect anymore. We're going to switch him over to agility. Maybe that'll increase our run speed. Wouldn't that be nice if agility increased your run speed? Even if it was like every 100 points into agility gives you 1% more movement speed. That would be that would still be kind of a neat thing, I think. Because you're more agile. You should be able to move faster. What are they talking about? Their talent that heals me with auto attacks when I do damage to paladin seal. My bad is not a talent. If you get seal of life, it's more heals and doesn't require a judgment though. They're discovering the same thing you were just talking about, Bernard, and the guild. And have a 6% chance on hit to heal? Nani? Yep, we're just making our way through Silver Pine Forest, and it's red for us right now, so I'm ready for something to pop off. We're on high alert status right now. Code red. We see anybody even looks at us funny. Oh, I see you, bear. I see what you're doing. That's what you get. I was warning you. Ooh, nice replenishment effect there. Thanks, bear. 1% of our maximum mana per 5 seconds. Nice. And how many seconds did we get that? We got that for 14 seconds, so 15 seconds. So we're getting 3 ticks of 1% of our mana there. Every 5 seconds we get 1%. So that's a good 3% of our mana regened over time. We just keep on judging. That's what we do. We just keep on judging. These bears are looking at me funny. Gonna get all our mana back on this run. Got our Maelstrom here. I'm itching to chain heal. Got our Maelstrom ready. There we go. We got 3 stacks of Maelstrom. What? You didn't die from that? Buddy, don't even play. Try to come at me with all that teeth and claws business. I got you. I really hope that I can fly from Hillsbrad all the way to Chilwyn Camp. I may actually need to dip into Altric and get the flight path there. Pink Rose said, lol, poor bear. Smiley face. Which face is that? Is that the smile face? It's a /U1F600. Okay. That's a... Okay. I don't know why your emote showed up as that. UF6100. We got our nifty Tip Tac add-on there with the enhanced tooltips. You can see my tooltip off to the right there. Shows my health bar, my mana bar, all my buffs. It says who I'm targeting, or I'm being targeted by, actually. It shows who I'm being targeted by. That's pretty neat. Level 60 Night Elf Hero. Being targeted by Spitfire. Huh. Nice. What are they talking about in guild chat here? What should I get? I'm confused now. Get both if you have the AE for it. Would it be better to go from some heal spell plus Maelstrom weapon? Improve leader of the pack, also feral heal when crit, but it only works in cat bear or dire bear. The cheapest heal if you hit fast and often is the Seal of Light. Lots of points to get Maelstrom. Heals. I went for it in my tank spec. The chain heal talented to improve. Make sure we're still heading the correct way. I was just telling them the cheapest heal, if you hit fast and often, is Seal Light, like Bernard was talking about. And there's lots of points that you have to spend to get Maelstrom heals, but I went for it in my tank spec with Chain Heal, and I talented to improve it. So I got a 20% improved Chain Heal with Maelstrom weapon crits. Another reason why. Stack stamina and QBGs, please. You would probably want Seal of Light, is it doesn't cost mana to get those chance on hit heals, whereas you gonna need a lot of mana if you gonna Maelstrom heal for any large amount of time or often. Scarlet Monastery is just up north here. We've been there before on Elude, only like once. But we're gonna run past it just for a second to go get the flight path. I want to make sure Spitfire's not gonna get hit by those guys. Yeah, nobody came after him. Good. We're gonna pass Scarlet Monastery up for just a second and head to Chillwind Camp and get that flight path and pray that it connects to the South Shore Hillsbrad flight. If it doesn't, we're gonna need to do a bit more running to go to Raven Tusk Village or something like that. No, there's a different one. There's one just right at the base of Altric Mountains for the Alliance. It's like one of those dwarfy names, like Braun Moldor or something. It's not Altric Mountains, it's the Hinterlands rather. Airy Peak. Oh, that's not Braun Moldor or something. So Airy Peak. We may need to go down to Airy Peak. Man, I hope not. I want that just to connect to this. And Chillwind Camp's down there. We're gonna have to run through the zone quite a bit. Spitfire's gonna get murdered. I hope he doesn't die. Don't die, Spitfire. Don't die. He's got his Void. His Void's set to defensive. His Void will defend him. All of our buffs are kind of overriding our chat log a little bit. Let's unlock that. Can't we? Here. Oh shit, we're running. Oh no, please don't kill Spitfire. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Come on, Spitfire, outrun him. Oh, they were about to come in and one-shot Spitfire, but he just kept running. Oh, so is that spider. Oh my god, don't web him. Please don't web him. I really don't want to fight everything in this zone. Spitfire's a little out of his depth here in this zone. We're going to have to take a little detour route. Everything is going to attack him. Alright. We're going to have to defend him. This is how they want to play it. This is how we're going to have to play it. We're going to have to work our way through this direction here. Anything that comes in range, we're going to have to destroy with our Frostbrand and Earth Living Weps. That's right. Anybody else want some? Who else wants some of Debo? Ba-dum, dum, 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 da-dum. That's my alt, punk. Get it? He's my alt. That's my alt, punk. Ba-dum, dum, 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 dum. Alright, off into the water we go. Wading in the water. Let's go. Come on, blueberries. Keep up, stalwart vanguard cheetah person. Turin got brew of the month. CCK said thanks. Hey, I think we're going to be able to get up here. Yes, excellent. Low levels Q for Welling Caverns. While the poisons on ranged are OP as F now with Deadly Brew, Perma Crippling Poison. Oh my goodness. Yeah, unless you haven't heard, all the bow wielders, people that are ranged attacking, can now add poisons to their bow or their ranged weapon. Now, it says ranged weapon or bows. I can't remember if it was bows or ranged weapon. But yeah, ranged attacks with poisons sounds OP AF. People complain about 3k judgment crits from 40 yards, so now you get hunters who deal that much damage with a lot more abilities they use from range. :O. Shut up, comma. Compensation for no block arrow. They added it back, bro. That's what Casual Scrub said. They added it back, bro, with Chimera Shot. So there is black arrow now for you ranged people out there. There's going to be a whole different dynamic in the battlegrounds now. It's been really nice not getting kited by hunters constantly lately. But now the kites they're going to be real now. Especially since they get that slowing shot stuff. Oh my goodness. It's going to be so crazy. Alright, please be able to fly to South Shore. Thank God. Yes. Okay, so now, next time we come out here, all we have to do is fly to Chilwyn Camp and run over to Scarlet Monastery. Of course, you saw how long that run took. That run wasn't no joke. It may be faster just to run through the Lobby zone to get there. And then, like, what's right below us here? Altric Mountains? Yeah, I don't know if we did ourselves any favors by getting Chilwyn Camp. We'll say we did, though. We definitely did ourselves favors. Definitely. So now, we'll fly there, and we'll run left. Goku! Yo, I'm watching your stream. What's up, Goku? Haha, nice, man. We bout to run SM Library. Just power leveling my alt. Goku said that's lit. Your name is lit, bro. I really dig the Dragon Ball Z. If you go to my Twitch channel, you can see I got this art made from my cousin. He drew Superman next to Goku, and Goku's in his Super Saiyan level 3. So he's Super Saiyan 3 Goku with Superman. I think that's the banner on my Twitch stream. He said, hell yeah, thanks. I recently started watching that again too. I've been rewatching the Cell Saga with my kids. I wanted to show them how badass it was. But yeah, it's cool because both of them are about Gohan's age, and that's like when Gohan kicks Cell's ass, Gohan ascends. He becomes the truly ascended Super Saiyan. His power, it's overwhelming. Dragon Ball Super is pretty good. I haven't seen Dragon Ball Super. I heard about the Dragon Ball Z Kai, the like HD remake of Dragon Ball Z, but I haven't rewatched all of it. Dragon Ball was less interesting to me than Dragon Ball Z. My favorite shit is the Frieza saga and the Cell saga. And then all the rest, it's just too painful to try to get through all the filler. But the fights are pretty good. I can't stand whenever it's like Goku or Vegeta is just out of the fight for 2 weeks of episodes. Like I remember we used to have to wait a week for each new episode, and when we finally get to the new episode, it's just all a powering up episode where they're all just like trying to power up so they can beat the boss, but they don't ever actually get to the boss. Or even worse, there's like a real battle going on and they transition off screen for some dopey Bulma scene, or Chi-Chi off at the house worrying about Gohan's homework or something. It's like, oh really? Can't we just watch the fight? Can't they just fight now? But yeah, Dragon Ball Z is the shit. I love it. The battles are the shit. My cousin, he swears by the Broly saga whenever, I think Broly was the original Super Saiyan, and he gets really into all the Broly shit. I think it'd be interesting to watch too, but after he had found that, I didn't ever actually go back and watch most of the Broly stuff. All I cared about was Goku and seeing him reach the next level. He was like the leading edge Saiyan. He was always doing something new that everybody was blown away by. But Vegeta, man, you can't write Vegeta off. He's a badass. He's even more badass than Goku, I think, because he's ruthless. He has like, he doesn't give a damn. He's just like, I'm better than everybody because I'm the prince of all Saiyans. Fucking Vegeta. You're done, little bat. Alright, we're almost to Scarlet Monastery. What level are you, Goku? What level have you made it to thus far? Are you a level 60? I've seen you around in chat a lot. I've seen you speaking in world chat before. Vegeta's your favorite? Hell yeah. Majin Buu Vegeta? Man, Majin Vegeta's crazy. You're level 22 sad face. So you're rate of level for stockades, eh? Hell, you're probably even of level for SM, what is this? Graveyard? Badass, yeah. Majin Buu Vegeta's badass. He's a beast. I don't know, if you check your dungeon finder, find out if you're of level for SM Graveyard. You still might need to be a little bit later. You don't have a lot of time? Oh, it's all good, man. If you can try to get up to SM Graveyard whenever you play in your off time, like I showed you, you could get to South Shore in Hillsbrad, running up from Minotaur Harbor Wastelands, or is it Wastelands? Wetlands. So go from Wetlands to South Shore, and then get that Chillwind camp thing. It might be tricky, but if you can get up here to SM, this is where I'm probably going to be for like the next week. I'm going to be grinding Spitfire through dungeons. So if you can get to the graveyard, we'll be able to get you in a run and get you some XP. You might need to be level 30 range though, just judging from these elites out here. But I'm always down to run through Scarlet Monastery as well. I mean, Stockades rather. That's right there in the city, so that could be a quick run. What I would say is get yourself an add-on like Atlas loot, and then you can actually look up the dungeon you're of level for, and it would help a whole lot if you had the gear identified that you wanted, because then we could target, after we did a full clear and did the quests for you, we could target specific gear items for you. And then once you get those weapons, we can start the next dungeon. Alright, cool, man. I'm going to add you too. Friend Goku. Hell yeah. Alright, come on, Spitfire. We're going to do this. Goku says, damn, you're too nice. As opposed to what? Like, too nice compared to I feel like you're comparing me. Look, we got the enrage. 10% physical damage increase. That's way better than vengeance. We could still drop a point into vengeance too. Like, nothing's keeping us from that. Actually, the only thing that is keeping us from that is hemorrhage that we picked up. But I feel like hemorrhage is gonna be really, really good, especially since we're enraged. Because hemorrhage, whenever we hit him with it, check it out. Increases damage taken by 29, and it puts 10 stacks of that on them. So when we hemorrhage, we're increasing the damage they take, and then we're having a 10% damage increase to that. So I feel like physical is probably going to pull ahead quite a bit for us here. Now we need to chain heal. I was not chain healing as much as I should have been. You're not going to get that off, buddy. Now we're enraged. And we got some beast-ass chain heals going out too. Alright, just to show you what I mean, anybody watching. Now, this is for the people in the live stream and also anybody watching these videos on YouTube or Twitch even. Pick the dungeon that you want to run. Like, we're going to be running Scarlet Monastery. The part we're going to be running is Graveyard currently. And we're going to find what weapons we want for Spitfire here when we go in. So the Torturing Poker is a 1.7 speed dagger that increases fire damage by 5 to 7. So this could be good for Spitfire if he went into fire damaging spec. So we'll grab that. Actually, we'll do that on Spitfire screen. Let me swap over for a second. Swap here. Where's Spitfire? Yeah, Spitfire's right here. Alright, so now we're on Spitfire screen. Now, Spitfire is going to check his in Scarlet Monastery. We're going to go to the Graveyard. And this Torturing Poker here, plus 5 to 7 fire damage. If you hold down Alt and click it, you can add it to his wish list. And to do a wish list with this add-on, this is called Atlas Loot. You got to go to wish list here, options, and then plus wish list, and then you add it from here. You say add a wish list. So we could say Spitfire, pick a cool looking icon that reminds you of the character, and then add it to the wish list. I've already done that here. I have Spitfire. I gave him a living bomb icon. And then once you have that, you can add all kinds of stuff from here. You'll find some stuff actually is kind of, here, let's just pick a random dungeon. Like Black Fathom Depths. You see some of these things have a red border. It says, item unavailable. This item is unsafe. To view this item without the risk of disconnection, you need to have first seen it in the game or the world. This restriction is enforced by patch blah 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 blah. Well, in order to get rid of that and see the stats, you just right click. So you mouse away and mouse back, and you can see that the refax is 10 stamina and 20 attack power. So just right click the items you want to see. I usually don't do it with the quest items because I don't know, but like staff, maces, like here's the whole page of them. You just right click it, and all it does is it queries the server. It's like, hey server, have you ever seen this item? And then the server will reply back, yeah, here are the stats for it. And then you get to look at the items. But side tangent aside, we're gonna go back to Scarlet Monastery. We're in the library. This is the armory. Let's check the library, or graveyard actually. We're gonna do that one first. And we have the Torturing Poker already added to the wish list, and you can see that here with the little living bomb symbol I added for his wish list. So that 5 to 7 fire damage is already added. Crit Strike, Intellect, Shoulders, those are going to be good for Spitfire, I already know. Anything with Intellect that's going to be awesome, I'm going to add. Now this held in offhand I have right now is 6 fire resistances and increases spell power by 11. But this one has increases spell power by 12. And as I'm thinking about it, another benefit of farming these dungeons for your blues is that these blues always have a chance to random enchant when they drop. So if you have a really good blue that you like in a dungeon, you see it often enough, you could just keep rerunning that dungeon until it random enchants without even needing an arcane rune. So that's pretty handy. Ring, chest, we don't need any of that mess for him. Some cloth legs, spell power by 20, that's a clear win. Anything that has spell power is going to be the best item. And I don't care how much intellect the other item has. If it has spell power, it's a clear upgrade, because that's point for point more damage on your spells. This wand could be useful, so we're going to add it. Maybe it'll random enchant. The one we have, we're going to be hard pressed to replace, because the one we have is increasing our spell power by 1% of our total intellect. So 1% of 195 right now is how much spell power we're getting by having this wand. That scared the shit out of me. We're gonna have to protect our buddy here. Luckily we got the Voidwalkers. Voidwalkers on deck. We're gonna summon Spitfire's Voidwalker for a little bit of extra eyes and protection. I was pretty deep into this list stuff here. That scared the crap out of me. I was like, what the fuck? What's happening? Alright. Usually don't want to just stand here AFK out in the world. Let's actually step into the dungeon. That way we don't have to worry about respawns and having a stroke. Okay. Fallen Champion. Part of the downside to the graveyard is there's not very much loot. You go in and you kill the Investigator and the Blood Mage, and those are the only two that are guaranteed. And then the rest of these guys, like Ashir, Sleepless, Fallen Champion, and Iron Spine, these are all just random rares. They're like rares that have a chance to spawn each run. But if you run it a couple times, maybe you'll see one of these rares. This helm right here, this is a red helm. The Embalmed Shroud, it has 14 spell power and 11 intellect. That is a definite win. But we're not going to stick around in here very often if these rares aren't going to be spawning. And in my experience, they don't really spawn. We did get Morbid Dawn last time though. We were able to see that. The Fallen Champion did spawn. But yeah, so now I've added the things to my wish list here. And if I change off this page, like let's say go to library, when I come back to graveyard, you can see that little icon on all the gear that I've marked for what I want to drop. So you can clearly see just at a glance from this dungeon here that graveyard is a good place for my fire mage Spitfire guy here to be hanging out. And I've been saying fire mage lately because I found out that in his demonology tree, the spec that the one talent that I was building this entire spec around is not available right now, so I was really kind of disappointed with that. Bernard says, Elude, I have much items with plus spell power, just need to trade them via neutral auction house. Oh really? That would be fancy. Part of the reason why I'm running these too is for the XP though. So if you want to go to a neutral auction house, who would I have that I can beat you with? What, like Booty Bay from Stormwind, I could probably meet you, but I want the XP as well. I want the XP and the gold. That's like, I don't do anything for just one reason. There's many reasons why I'm out here in this dungeon right now. I'm trying to get that XP and that gold right now. I'd like to get Elude's mount, and I also want Spitfire to be able to afford his mount in the next 7 levels. In Ratchet or Booty? Okay, man. You saw how long it took me to get out here, but since I just got out here, I'll probably stick around this area for the next few hours. But I definitely would be interested in hitting you up sometime. I would say keep an eye out for me. Maybe have like if you have an Alliance tune, friend me, and next time I'm on my Horde tune, I'll friend you. And you got my Discord information there, so like I'll be available on that as well, even when I'm not streaming. But that's graveyard. Let's go do library. Now in the library, I know there's some good snazzle. There's some good stuff in here. And library is a quick run. So this is attack power staff, dog training. The dog whistle is pretty legit. It's not even a trinket. It's just an item. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Houndmaster we're probably not going to need, but the Dead Man's Hand, when you're struck in combat, it has a chance to freeze the attacker. That could be pretty cool for Spitfire. Of course, I think that would be good for anybody. That's probably why it's epic. Hit rating. Ooh, hit rating. Hit rating shoulders. Here's a spell power chest. And an intellect and spell power dagger. This is going to be the best dagger for us. But also this staff is also the shit, the illusionary rod. I wouldn't mind having all that stuff. And then I think armory would be the next one in progression, but that's still a little ways away. We definitely have I forgot how disjointed Scarlet Monastery was. A lot of these they're pretty epic dungeons. I used to love Scarlet Monastery, but they are kind of split up quite a bit. And then Cathedral's the big one. This is where we're going to see huge upgrades. The Inquisitor's Shawl. We'll have everything added here on the wish list for the next few levels. Scarlet, that. Here's the helm we're going to probably end up with. And it looks ugly too. Look at this helm. He's got the little, the Pope hat. So whack. And then the Triune Amulet, that's really legit. And once again, all these things have a chance to proc random enchants. Oh, what is cool about this is we'll have a chance to use this mace, but I don't know if it's going to be better than anything else that we can get. That dagger for sure wins over this mace. But yeah, now you can go to the wish list here. If you go to Spitfire's wish list, after you've had everything added, you can see everything that you've added up to that point in one neat little list. Even in Razorfin Crawl, we never got the gear that we were supposed to get out of that one. I don't know if we'll ever go back to Razorfin Crawl, but there was a good handful of gear there in RFK. But yeah, here's SM, and it shows library, graveyard, like where you're gonna see that item. And I think having it added on your Atlas loot like that gives you like some kind of a notifier when it drops, if I remember correctly. Okay, so let's get cracking. Elude, we're gonna buff Elude up, and I'll transfer y'all back to the main screen here. Fade, we'll do a fancy fade. Ooh. Alright, now Elude, buff up. Frostbrand, Earth Living, and that's all his buffs. Nice. We got all the buffs in one fell swoop. And we'll drink up, and Spitfire will do Arcane Intellect, Mark of the Wild, Arcane Intellect, and Mark of the Wild. He needs to Soul Link with his Void, and Elude, you need to buff Spitfire with Fortitude. Fantastic, fantastic. Alright, we're good to go. So Bernard says, you're also in Deep Run, just whisper trollin'. I don't think I am in Deep Run. So it's true, hunters who rock DPS already know they can add poisons to their ranged weapons. I don't know if it's true yet. They're talking about it being true in chat, but I haven't actually tried myself to see if it works. We'll bring Spitfire down. Yeah, this is a green mob, so we're probably even ready for library now. See, we got Mr. Spitfire holding it down back there with some wand attacks. Legit. And then we'll get to see where the majority of Elude's damage is coming from, since we've done those enrage talent changes. Alright, bring up Spitfire, get his dots rolling. Oops, that guy got behind us. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Alrighty, we need to get these guys. Last time I ran this, I was not a tank, and it got pretty hairy a couple times. I think as a tank, I'm probably not gonna have any problems. Yeah, this is easy peasy as it goes it now. Let's bring the investigator out. Yeah, you obey. Here. Let's just range attack him. Oh. Let's just range attack him. Tell me everything. The investigator Visage. Scarlet Torturer. We'll get him dotted up. Just getting Spitfire involved in the action a little bit. He'll rip the secrets from my flesh. Man, I used to run this so many times. Here's the torturing poker. That's what we wanted. That'll be better than the buzzard blade. Well, it can be better than the buzzard. Blah, blah, blah. It can be better than the buzzard blade. But it has an equipped, reduces pushback suffered from casting, I think it said destruction spells. Casting or channeling destruction spells, yeah. So that's a nice dagger. That's a pretty legit dagger for fire damage, especially because Destro is all fire, isn't it? Fire and shadow. Hey, what's up, bro? Let's do the big pull. Let's see what this is about now. Last time this pull hurt us a lot. Right, we just have Divine Storm now, so that macro's not useful. We can actually change that macro. We could probably involve it even in the more physical damage side of the house. Big heal from Chain Heal. Alright. Cool. You know, we might even be able to put Spitfire on follow here. There's probably no reason to have him far away. See, we got some Earth Living procs. Yeah, buddy. That's what it's about right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright. Now, let us not forget the chest. I saw a chest over here. Did we already get the chest? I guess we already got it. Wow. I don't even remember grabbing it. It literally just happened. Yeah, I gotta get rid of that because that's gonna bug me. Divine Storm from Rhett. Divine Storm. There it is. Let's put that there and this here. Ooh, yeah. Come on, I literally just moved the dang thing. Divine Storm. There we go. Nice. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't get all wonky on me, mouse. Alright, here we are. Now that we're a tank, we can actually get some tanking done. Now these things are going to keep on disappearing and reappearing. Oh yeah, this is so much better than that last time. I was trying to do this with my heal spec. I ended up having to go with my DPS spec. When I was running, what was it, Stride? I was running my cousin Stride through. I had to run his DPS because it was the quickest, and then when I tried it on my heal spec, it was a lot slower. Timing these runs would probably be interesting. I should have actually started the timer whenever I came in here last time. Alright, come on. The Void's just bloodthirsty. Elude, sorry for bothering you, but since you're good with macros, can you help me with this one? It's supposed to use Rend every 10 seconds and use Claw in between. Show 2-tip Claw, cast Berserking, cast Tiger's Fury, cast Sequence, Rake, Claw, Claw, Claw. Okay. Reset equals 10, so your Rake is a 10-second cooldown? No, your Rake doesn't go on cooldown, does it? I'm thinking of Rip. My bad. It's weird for that one because Rake, you need 5 combo points for a Rake. So you're trying to Rend every 10 seconds and Claw in between, but then do you mean Rip? You're gonna Rip every 10 seconds? Because Rend would take you out of cat form, right? It's tricky with combo points because you need a certain amount of energy to do combo points. Whenever you put a timer on it, like reset equals 10, there's no telling if you're gonna have the energy for that. But you're right with the cast sequence. I would say cast sequence with cast Berserking, cast Tiger Fury. Now, whenever you Berserk, you can't use Tiger's Fury, right? Isn't that how it used to work? Wouldn't you have to go in, use all your energy, then pop Tiger's Fury, get all your energy back and then the damage buff, and then cast Berserk? It's been a while since I've been a cat. Rake is the bleed ability from cat form. It gives 1 CP. Right, so Rake's giving you your combo point. And that's not Rip. R.I.P. Rip. Well, I guess I'm sitting here asking questions. I can easily look at it myself. So you're talking about the Feral Druid. Rake. Okay, so Rake is the combo point one. And Rip is the combo spender. So you want one that they stack and they don't use the global cooldown. Okay, so Tiger's Fury is different than I remember. Tiger's Fury, okay, increases damage by 10. Now, I thought that maybe it's an improved Tiger's Fury. Is there an improved Tiger's Fury? I'm worried about the wrong shit. I'm not even thinking about what you're asking me. I'm sorry. Here it is, King of the Jungle. While you use your enrage, or while using your enrage ability in bear form, blase blase, Tiger's Fury will also restore 20 energy. In addition, the mana cost of bear cat. So King of the Jungle is what I was thinking of. So I would usually go in, spend all my energy, and then hit this Tiger's Fury to restore that energy, and then Berserk with the remainder of the energy I have. But I think the only reason why I had to do that was in retail they made it to where you can't Berserk and Tiger's Fury at the same time because it was too overpowered. And that's probably what I'm thinking about. But let's ignore the fact that you're using Claw, Berserking, Tiger's Fury, and all that stuff, and just focus on your cast sequence. Usually with the cast sequence, that reset equals 10, Rake, Claw, Claw, Claw. It'll reset 10 seconds, and then your Claw. Where's Claw? Oh, that's the front one, 45 energy. So you would have to actually, if you're going to put a timer on that, you would actually have to find out how much time that actually. Why don't you do instead reset equals target, I would say, because usually I would say stuff's probably already almost dead. Maybe you would want a timer on it. It'll all be a matter of how quickly you're spending energy and what your normal rotation looks like. So I would say without actually having if you could go to a target dummy, this would be a good way to test it. Is without having a macro at all, find out how much time it takes you to get your rake and your claws up. Because you could actually, what I would do is open up a stopwatch and start whacking on a target dummy, and then hit start spending your stuff, find out how much time it takes you to do your full rotation, and then when you're done, hit pause, and that'll at least give you a general idea of when your reset should be. And then go into your macro and do like cast sequence space reset equals whatever your stopwatch says, 6 seconds, and then claw rake. But a lot of that stuff may change with your energy regeneration. So like if you have more haste, I think your energy regens faster. Maybe it's spirit reliant. But then also like in your talents, like crit strike could increase your energy depending on what your spec is, and like as you put more talents into other things, like your energy expenditure becomes cheaper in different ways. So the best way to tell is I would say go to a target dummy or something and do your stopwatch. Find out what your normal rotation is, and then put a reset timer based off of that. But I'm sorry, let me catch up with chat. Rake is bleed in any cat form. They stack, they don't use global cooldown. When you rake, you put a 9-second dot on the enemy, and I won't let it run out, and I don't want to let it run out before reapplying it. Isn't it to where you can refresh that though? No, I'm thinking rip. I'm sorry. Rip and rake, I always get confused, so forgive me. But yeah, you're right. If it's the bleed is 9 seconds, then make your reset that amount. Make it a 9-second reset. So as soon as it comes back up, hell, make it even reset at 8 seconds, so you could see it up on your thing before it runs out. I would say 8 seconds because global cooldowns are 0.5 seconds. So like if you see me Divine Storm, you see all the moves kind of do a little circle animation right after I do that. That's the global cooldown, and it's 0.5 seconds after each move that you use. So I would say make it an 8-second reset. And then it says, and while the debuff's on the enemy, you don't want to use it again. Right. But at least you'll see the move refresh. So I would say reset equals 8, and then rake again after it comes up off a cooldown, or whenever your debuff falls. Another thing is I would say get a power aura. You can get a new power aura. I gotta make one on page 2. You can get a custom little thing that says like debuff. I would name it rake, and then enter use own texture. This way you can get your own custom texture for rake whenever it is not active. So you close that, close this, and then you'll get this giant icon in front of you that'll actually show rake whenever your debuff has fallen off. And you could even tell it to tell you when it's about to fall off too, I think. Let's see, debuff type. It's probably not going to show me because I don't have the move though, because it borrows rake. Borrows the move from your spell book. But power auras is really good. I have it for testing, for telling me when my buffs are falling off, when I have 5 stacks of Maelstrom, when I need to judge. I use it for all of my stuff. And you could do a custom texture too, like make it how you want. Yeah, it's not going to show me rake because I don't have the move. I'll delete it. When you put the rake bleed, 9-second duration on the dot, and while the debuff is on the enemy, I don't want to use it again. The thing is, just before it runs out, it gives one more damage tick. So it would be best to let it run out and then immediately reapply. Yeah, you're right. So well, you got it right then. You got 10 seconds, right? You said at 9 seconds. I would actually put 9 seconds on the reset, because on that 10th second you want to be putting it up. It'll fall off on the 9 seconds, and then you'll see your cast sequence come back up. But I would still use your timer here to find out how many times you get to claw before your rake comes back up. Because if you say like your cast sequence here, if you do your slash cast sequence and you put too many claws, like if you do that right there and you put like, let's say you put 5 claws after that rake, you won't see it reset until you finished your cast sequence. Sometimes with this version of WoW, sometimes I've noticed that even if rake is supposed to be up, it'll continue to let me claw and not reset that 10 seconds. So make sure you have the right amount of claws to fit in that 10-second window after you rake. And that's where this little stopwatch timer comes into play. Like, yeah, Bernard says that's what I noticed too. Yeah, so you really got to do your timer and see how many claws you can get off. And it's hard on the dummies if you're not level 60. You'd need to find something low enough level to where you don't die fighting it, like a low level elite or something. Maybe some gray elites or green elites that you can handle on your own, and beat on those for a while and use your timer. It fucks up every time you get Omen of Clarity procs. I would get rid of Omen of Clarity then. Like if you're trying to maximize your bleeds to that extent, then get rid of Omen of Clarity and pick up something else. Pick up water or teleport or something. Omen of Clarity is not useful in my opinion. I don't think it's worth it. The amount that you save and how procky it is. I at least I like more reliable things than that. I mean, Omen of Clarity also, like as you're in your rotation, when that shit goes off, you're in the middle of your rotation and you're using your next ability and wasting it. Like Omen of Clarity, the best case scenario where Omen of Clarity, in my opinion, is useful is when you have like Shadow Fury, and this is like a PvP example, but still, like Shadow Fury costs 408 mana. That's almost half of my mana pool. Well, that's a quarter of my mana pool currently, but that's the most expensive spell that I could use on my other spec. And if I could, I would prefer to save my Omen of Clarity for a big spender like that. You don't want it for just every claw or rake that you have. You want that for your big hitter, your big energy spenders. Like I would save Omen of Clarity procs for Mangle, I bet. Let's see where Mangle's at. It doesn't actually tell me how much energy Mangle spends, but if I remember correctly, Mangle costs a lot. So Omen of Clarity is really good with Mangle procs, or Mangle's really good with Omen of Clarity procs rather. Maybe your instant cast heals can be using those. I don't know if those still cost mana, but I would find a big, yeah, Omen's planned for Mangle. Good. Yeah, then you're already there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, if you can time it, if you have like a notifier somehow that tells you Omen of Clarity's up and you're that good with your reflexes that you can use it, then definitely. But yeah, I could imagine that that's probably going to mess you up when Omen of Clarity procs in your cast sequence. But even still, like if you think about it that way, you'll get those amount of claws in your cast sequence, and if your cast sequence is working properly, it should be resetting the time that you tell it to, and not with the amount of claws that you put. You just want your claws to be somewhat near what your reset timer is. So still make your reset timer, even foregoing Omen of Clarity procs, still make it somewhere in the range of the amount of time you want them claws to reset to rip. And then just while you're in your rotation, use your Mangles with Omen of Clarity, and it should make it to where your rip macro still resets whenever you need to rip again. Replace claw when Mangle is available. Yeah, I wouldn't replace it in your cast sequence though. Just that might need to be an extra button for you. Something on the side. I try to get cast sequence on my rotation too though. Currently the only thing I have right now that's doing a cast sequence is Thunderclap. I may even put Hammer of the Righteousness with Hemorrhage here for cast sequence, but normally I end up doing that just because of the bars. Like I want my bar bloat, my button bloat to be minimal, but I've actually gotten rid of a lot of moves with this spec. That's usually what I do is I'll build a spec that has everything I think it needs, and then I'll start whittling away the edges and starting to like hone it into what it does good at. Alright, so we're here for XP, but this is a zone that has a lot of greens in it for Mr. Spitfire here, so I think what we're gonna do is just run down and kill the last guy and be done with this dungeon. I think we're gonna go into library next. This was a hard pull for my DPS spec. Every time we hear the water drop, we gotta heal. And it's a decent heal too. It's not a bad heal at all. That's more bang for our buck with the mana we have too. Yeah, you have the right idea with your macro, man. Like, I wouldn't change anything. You got, maybe add another claw if it fits the amount of time. Because it's like you use a move, then a global cooldown, and then you use another move, and then a global cooldown. So let's say for one move to the next, that's like 1 second, right? Instant cast, global cooldown, instant cast, global cooldown. So 2 moves, that's 2 seconds. So you need 6 seconds of claws in there. The only thing that makes it wonky for you is your energy. And I think your energy is going to be different. Your energy expenditure will be different as you gear, and it'll be different as you talent. So there's no perfect way to hone that in. It's just going to be like a kind of feel it out kind of thing. But it's a legit macro. Legit macro. Very, very cool. And you're horde size, so you're probably an orc. If you're an orc, tie in Blood Fury to that. Oh, I may have screwed myself there. Yep, here's the flame strike. Can we kick it? Nope, can't kick it. We'll just heal right after it. And we'll heal again because Spitfire's gonna eat it. Don't die, Spitfire, don't die. Here's the Blood Rage Mantle already. That's what we wanted from here. Is that of level for us too? Can we use that? Oh, I can't see. Hey, he can put that on right now. Oh yeah. That's gonna give us 10 crit strike. We're gonna lose 1 intellect, but 10 crit strike to our shoulders. And Spitfire's already looking cooler. Fantastic. You're a troll. You kind of regret being a troll. I wouldn't, man. That enrages the shit. It's like a mini bloodlust. You could tie that to your macro. I would tie berserking to your macro. And that's up every 2 minutes, right? So that'll be up as often as your berserk. You can berserk while you're berserking. Get like some really good deeps in. That'll affect your energy regeneration, won't it? Berserking. Alright, so that's that dungeon complete. Fantastic. Come on, Spitfire, keep up. I think I'm going to get movement speed for Spitfire. Oh, he got some really cool gloves yesterday. I thought these gloves looked badass on him. See them gloves? These are the Twilight gloves. He looks like a freaking mage. He looks like a badass. I'd probably change his hair color, but he looks legit. Bernard says, I did, but berserking doesn't affect energy, global cooldown, or instant spells. Oh shit. Well, that sucks. I figured it would have. It doesn't affect your white attacks at least? Because there's something with kitties where their white attacks do something fancy. And if you think about it too, like those white attacks are going to each have an opportunity to proc your Omen of Clarity. So your Omen of Clarity is going to benefit from that as well. Something here does something with your white attacks. I remember that being a thing. It's like you get a chance to get more energy back or something with white attacks. And also that should affect your dot ticks, right? It'll give you an extra rip tick or a rake tick. White attacks will affect Seal Command and Frostbrand, and Seal of Light for that matter. That's an even more 4% chance to get Seal Light procs, because it's 4% chance for you to get healed with every single attack, and as fast as you're attacking, you're gonna get a lot more of those heals too, which means you can pull more and you can be more fancy. Predatory strikes, no. Something here. Cat form abilities that add combo points have another chance to add an additional combo point. That's not right. There was something that gave you something for just your regular white attacks, I would have swore. Increases agility, healing done, stamina, cat form attack power, leader of the pack, melee crit strike. It says, oh, your leader of the pack ability causes affected targets to heal themselves for 2% of the damage they deal when they critically hit with the melee or ranged attack. Healing cannot occur once every 6 seconds. In addition, you gave 4% of your maximum mana when you benefit from this. So you could be getting your mana and heals too with those white attacks. So that's like another boost to Seal of Light right there with leader of the pack, because each hit also has a chance to crit. In the rogue talent tree are talents that give energy when your offhand hits. Oh, true that. If you were to boost your offhand damage, would that affect offhand damage in cat form as well? Because you could, there's a combat rogue has a really good, you could put 5% into the, or 5 talents into your dual wield specialization and increase the damage done by your offhand weapon by 10%. So that's 10% all the way up to 50% with each point you put in. So your offhand attacks are 50% harder hitting. And then there's even another one with enhanced shaman. My cousin was showing me these. He was telling me that a dual wielder could do very well for themselves to pick that. There's something else that makes your offhand hit harder. I forget who does it. I think it's the Fury Warrior actually. Yeah, this dual wield specialization is increased by 5 up to 5 points. So 5 times 5, 25% damage done by your offhand. So that's 75% total if you dump 10 points into this. So that's 5 points there for 25%. And then you could go here and get 50%. So that's 75% with your offhand weapon. That's why we need a testing realm. Yes, 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 that. What you said there. Yes, correct. Yes. Man, I feel so gimp because I wasn't around during the beta and wasn't able to get in all of my testing on all the spec ideas. Of course, this game's so much more different than the beta now. I don't even know if you can still consider it the same game. Alright, we're going to go into library because I think even with that, that one upgrade, that's good for us. Oh man, we need to spec. Or gear up, rather. Don't die, Spitfire, don't die. Let's get that. We need to get our main hand offhand. We need to heal ourselves and our buddy. There's a nice earth living weapon proc there. Get some more mana. I love having an energy and rage expenditure outside of my mana. It's so good, especially when it benefits my mana. Okay. I'm really digging this spec though. I'm really digging this tank spec. I mean, I'm not gonna tank it Onyxia, but I can do 5-man, it's just fine. Titan's grip where the offhand hits harder than the main hand. Damn. That would be the shit. Alright, we're going to burn through this dungeon. We're going to start the stopwatch here. And the heat is on. We have begun. It has begun. What's funny is this Holy Shroud is the same helm I'm wearing right now. It sure is. Except the one I have increases your spell power by a percentage of your intellect, which is even more fancy. I don't want to get too out of control with these pulls. Let's see. These are yellow for Spitfire, so that's good. That's right where we want it. Library it is. We're going to spend some time here in the library. Get some edumacation. Ka-ting! I think we could pull a little bit more liberally. Holy damage taken is increased magic. Now that's 4 stacks. Can I just dispel? No, I gotta dispel each stack. So we need to find out which one of these guys is doing that to me, so we can mitigate more of that. This caster needs to die. So there's an adept back there. We are going to die. Let's void sack so we can get some heals off. Range. Oh my goodness. I think we done got too fancy here. Come on, y'all come over to the edge. We're gonna LOS. Get over here, Void. Spitfire's Void is over there doing the wrong stuff. Don't do it to me, Spitfire Void. Alright, so we're pulling to where I'm just starting to have to pay a whole lot more attention. Come on, Void. Get out of here. Alright, there we go. We got 5 stacks of the doo-doo on us. We're gonna get that off. Actually, we'll just wait for it to fall off. Wasting mana on those. The heat is on. Does Spitfire still have his Void? Yes, he does. Very nice. Well played, Spitfire's Void. Where's my Void? Shit, I could be reducing a lot more. No. Where is my Void? Elude. Where's your Void? Do you see my Void anywhere? Here, I'm gonna go get Master Gallant with it. Yeah, my Void isn't here. WTF, mate. Alright, we're gonna resummon him. Because it says he's here, but he's not. And I don't see him on Spitfire's screen either. Send me back. Where is he? My Voidwalker's gone. Alright, let me dismiss him, I guess, and try a resummon. Where is this fool? Maybe it's because we got rid of Drained Soul. We're being penalized by making our Void go invisible. There he is. Okay, Void, don't scare me like that anymore, buddy. Let me get some more mana, and then we'll Soul Link as soon as we can. Spitfire can buff us with his Arcane Intellect and his Mark of the Wild. And then also put his Soul Link on. And just for giggles, we'll put all his stuff on. Alright, so... Kashing. Alrighty. Let's Soul Link. Done. Okay. Back at it. Come to me, Void. Spitfire! No! Where is he? Are you attacking Spitfire? Damn it! What the hell, man? Who's attacking him? I should have just LOS'd. We're gonna run out. We'll reset that and try that again. Come to me, Spitfire. I mean, Voidwalker. Alright, when they all reset, we'll come back and summon Spitfire. Up in the top right, we're keeping an eye out for all the mobs. Pete Vega said, "Hi folks." What's up, Pete Vega? Welcome back today. We just got wrecked in Scarlet Monastery Library. We're gonna go back in and try to resummon the... or re-res the Riri. Gonna re-res the Riri. Cause he done died. Alright, Spitfire. Out of range, huh? I think we can manage from here. Out of range. He said, "I saw." Hi all, how's it going, Nick? What's up, Holy Paladin? Doing well, man. We're trying to get some SM library farmed up. Figured we'd have a good time getting some XP and gear that way. Alright, we're gonna res and run! Please don't aggro! Oh, sweet. Alright, Spitfire is gonna summon his Voidwalker. And Elude's gonna buff Spitfire. Mana up. Spitfire can tap his health down. Have enough mana for a heal and a Soul Link. Now I think that I can stam stack if I'm not already. Yeah, I should probably consider stamina stacking with Spitfire. Not only will that give me bigger flash heals, but that'll also let me spirit tap. Or not only will that give me a bigger health pool, but that'll allow me to spirit tap more. Okay, so come over here. Holy Paladin says it's heavy raining at my place. Oh man, I hope everything's okay. Just some rain though, right? Just rain? That's not bad. A little bit of rain's good. It is the season, man. Like in the desert, it's like monsoon season, right? Alright, we'll get that debuff off. We'll pull some fanciness. Come back this way. Everybody, come this way. All the way against the wall. Come over here. Where's my blueberry? The problem is his blueberry. We're going to put his blueberry on passive then. His blueberry wants to be all heroic and stuff. Is he? I think he's lock and load procking me. Hey, buddy. Explosive shot me. Gonna get a lot of cloth here. It looks like a lot of silk cloth and wool cloth. Alright, now I think we could just run up in here. We'll just stay on these Beastmaster guys. 'Cause they like to range attack us. The first thing he did was stun Spitfire. What an asshole. I think we could put his Void back on defensive. It's the Gallant. The Gallant ones are the ones that are putting that that holy damage debuff on us. Now, I think the Houndmaster is, yeah, he's back there. Let's see if we can single target her down real fast. Yeah. Get some single target damage in your life. Wow, she just still patting, she don't even care. Spitfire, you ready? Come on. Where are you going, Spitfire? There we go. Release the hounds! This guy didn't really drop anything good, but he's fun to kill. You want to do something fun, you get this Houndmaster whistle here and summon it in one of these dungeons. Them dogs, they don't even, you can't control them. They take off and pull ahead of you and they're just bloodthirsty mutts. It's hard to just even keep up with them dogs whenever they take off like that. Alright. Nice and quick and dirty. I think we're gonna have to drink some noggin fogger here. All these low-hanging banners. There we go. This is part of the reason why I love noggin fogger, is because you can be tiny. It looks like you're running way faster than you are. And you got like a low-hanging roof dungeon that you're in. You don't have to deal with all the camera issues, because then you got plenty of room. The adept has to die first. Gonna use our bark skin here. Gotta remember to heal ourselves. Don't forget to heal yourself. That holy damage that stacks up hurts. We are agility stacking, so holy damage is spell damage, so that's why that's part of the reason why it's so painful to get hit by. Alright, so let's send the blueberry in and bring him back out here. Spitfire needs to continue to follow. I think the chaplains are the ones that heal, so we'll take those out first. Eat some fire damage to the face if they can hit us with it. Fantastic. Alright, now we're gonna get the far guy. Kite them back around here. Yeah, buddy. Oh, these guys mana burn. That sucks. I don't want to get mana burned, that's for sure. We're not doing as well on our rage expenditure. I think I'm going to switch those back, because where it's at now it doesn't feel natural. Oh, my bad. Let me catch up on chat. Holy Paladin says, damn, I'm daily checking the population on Warmain Outland TBC server for the past 30 days. The population's never been under 9,000 players online. How much legit is that? I heard rumors that they're using bots though. Bernard said, I replaced my Oma by Trauma from the Arms Warrior tree. The bleed damage every 2 seconds increased from 120 to 166. Damn, man. Just keep them bleeding, hell yeah. Very nice. Holy Paladin says, I was recklessly searching for a good Burning Crusade server. Apparently there's no replace for Warmane. Those guys are nailing it. Nice, man. I hear a lot of people play on Warmane. I would bet you those numbers probably aren't very... I bet you they're pretty accurate, I should say. Because it does sound like a good server, and it does sound very popular. If people aren't streaming it, there are definitely people who are watching streams talking about it. Because almost every stream I see with anybody playing World of Warcraft talks about that Warmane server at one point or another. So it seems like it is a pretty popular server. Alrighty. Got the monk and the chaplain here. We got something else out from there. We'll get him with the big Kamea. Oh yeah. Give me the good stuff. Usually you don't want this many monks. Monks will hit a tank of level really hard. But a dodging tank like mine welcomes physical damage. Like, I love physical damage dealers. You can't do nothing to me, bruh. I'm too dodgy. Way too dodgy for you. Let's see. I got 26% chance to dodge. I could use more parry. I could probably boost that quite a bit more than I do. Oh, my inventory's full. Not good. Okay, let's begin the trade. Alright, Elude. Anything that is not cloth, switch over. Actually, here. First, we'll use our macro and destroy 21 junk items. I wonder how much of that junk item stuff there would sell for. I kind of wish I had a mobile vendor, like a Jeeves or something. Excuse me. If I had a Jeeves, then I'd probably do a lot better. Let's see. The foodstuffs. Is there... I think there is a vendor bot you can make as an engineer, isn't there? I can't remember. It'd be nice to just be able to vendor some stuff off, instead of having to go out and reset every time. Like, go to a city or whatever. Alright, I'm keeping cloth. Now I've already traded cloth to Spitfire on accident. We'll trade those back. And then we'll continue trading everything that's not cloth. Large blue sack. Oh, not the cloth though. Okie dokie. And scroll of strength I can just use on myself. Bernard said, there are so many talents in the Hunter, Warrior, Paladin, Rogue trees to increase attack power, agility, and strength, and all that attack power in Cat, so it all increases bleed damage. Damn, man. I can imagine you go pretty broke really fast trying to grab all that stuff from those trees. What I don't like is there's no way to tell which one is the best out of like all the others right up front. You have to actually look at it and think about it and pay attention, and that's usually where I fail, where I have to stop and think and figure out shit, because I'll always misspend my talents, and that's part of the reason why I just make a spec and then trade out talents here and there as I play it and realize what I did wrong, because that way I can at least get into some action and then progress a little bit and find out like what I need to change and everything as I go. I can feel more productive that way, I guess. Okay, I think we're all traded up. There was actually quite a bit of loot there, and Elude can craft the rest into band-aids. We'll save the onesies and twosies so we can get bigger ones. And Holy Paladin says, I don't want to advertise, but I spoke to my friend streamer Lazy Pockets. He was a known vanilla TBC streamer, and his stream was also warned by B that he must stop streaming private servers. I just got rid of all the streak talents. Oh, yeah, I hear that a lot. A lot of people get warned that they need to stop streaming private servers. But, I mean, at most they're going to tell, what, YouTube cease and desist and all that stuff. And, what even, Twitch will give your channel a cease and desist. And I figured once I get that 90-day ban from streaming, or 30 days, or whatever it is, then I'll stop streaming. Like, and all that means is I can't live stream on whatever that platform is for that duration. So if, let's say, it happens on YouTube, well, then I'll just stream on Twitch, or I'll just make videos without streaming. Like, they're not going to stop me from playing the game. It's like, I'll still be able to play the game. And what's cool too about just playing the game and being like a live streamer is you'll meet people in game that you can run with too. So, like, this being as small a community as it is, we kind of know each other. We know who streams it, we know who runs the dungeons, we know who runs the raids. Like, this is what I've yearned for so long in the retail version of WoW, is a server where you could build a character's kind of reputation up a little bit. Like, every time you join the battlegrounds, it's like, oh god damn, there's Silverheart. Oh no, everybody run from Silverheart. Or, oh look, Deltoid switched over from Alliance to Horde. Like, you would never notice things like that on the retail version of WoW. But in this version, excuse me, in this version, you know people by their name, and you know them by their reputation. Like, you know, like, oh, Barbecue's always running a dungeon. He's really been working hard for his, whatever that mace is that has a extra chance to proc an extra attack. Let me find it. I know what it is. I forget the name of it, though. Blackrock Depths. Last boss from there. Prince Emperor. Oh, he's still trying for his Iron Foe. And he's trying to get it dual wielding so he can get those 2 extra attacks on his next swing. Like, you know these things about people on this server. Now, I can't see you knowing more than 5 people out of the 9,000 players online in TBC with the Warmane. And maybe you do. Like, maybe there are certain people who do things enough to where you know, like 10 people that are farming for Iron Foe. But in this version of WoW, that means there's more competition to get groups for the things you want to do. There's more competition to grind the spots you want to grind. There's more competition to sell things competitively on the auction house, which isn't bad. I mean, it's just all to each his own, and everybody has their own preferences and play styles. Let's see. Bernard was saying, I just got rid of all the strengths and talents because I need crits to get trauma on the enemy. And since bleeds can crit from feral talents. Ooh, very nice, Bernard. So it's agility stacking. That's cool. Pretty legit with agility stacking. Then Holy Paladin says, he advised me that Warmane is a very good server, although he never played on it. He also explained to me that the shop thing, you can actually buy warglaves. You can't actually buy warglaves. Oh, okay. Someone must loot them. I didn't know if any version let you buy warglaves. That sounds pretty crazy if you'd be able to buy them. I think that would make them less valuable. And then Holy Paladin says, then that guy looted and then came to choose the seal on them on the auction house, or use them. So you were able to actually sell the warglaves on the auction house? That's crazy. Being able to sell that stuff. I guess that's the way the Sargeras server works, though. They took off the soulbound thing, so you can even sell quest rewards in the Sargeras server here. I was thinking that you can just run into a game shop and buy a 70 boost and all the gear in 5 minutes, but no. I guess, so you're saying that the Warmane server isn't pay to win? You're going to start playing on Warmane January 10th. Nice, man. That's cool. I hope you have fun. I hope, like, you actually are able to do the things you want to do in it, too. without the devs fucking you over. It sounds like a good server. I mean, 9,000 people agree. Just like the Elysium server had like 12,000 people. I mean, that's a stable server. It's a solid server. My thing is like it's too much like that version of WoW used to be. Like, at least with Project Ascension, this feels a lot like a different game. You know, if they changed the character models, if they got like a graphic designer or whatever it takes, a character model developer on the team with Project Ascension, you could change the moves, you could change the models of the characters, just like we update the patches of them and stuff like that. And this would be a completely different game. Like, this could be its own game, like, just off of that. I mean, because the play style and the core mechanics are nothing like Blizzard's. Of course, like, you got the moves, like, all the moves are based off of Blizzard's moves, but this really feels like a reboot. I guess that's what attracts me to it so much, is like, we're very much in the reboot era, with a reboot of Power Rangers, reboot of Transformers, reboot of Iron Man and Superman, like, all these reboots that have been coming out in the past years. Like, it makes sense that we would have a WoW reboot here, and it's done right. Like, I really feel like it's done right. It's revitalized my entire interest in WoW that I've had in so many years of, like, you know, since forever ago. And then Holy Paladin says, of course, I was so much against game shops, you know that. Yeah, the little microtransactions and stuff. I mean, for some games it enhances the experience, especially if it's like quality of life improving. But whenever it's things that you have to actually devote time to in the game in order to unlock, like, in my opinion, those in-game shops work better when there's some resource in the game you can farm, even if it takes a while. But if you can purchase the same items as somebody could purchase for money with an in-game resource, then that makes the in-game shops not broken, in my opinion, and less pay to win. Bernard says, Elude, how much AP do you got? I just read that some two-handed weapons got plus AP in cat form, different to vanilla. Yeah, most two-handed weapons actually, if you check out the demon shear here, if you, I think this is the way it works. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but any two-handed weapon that a cat looks at will have in cat form, does these things to your attacks or whatever, kind of extra tooltip. But I don't know if it's just any. My current attack power, and these are my buffs right now that I normally run with, is 748. I got 748 attack power, and that's mainly from all my strength gear. Like, I've been stacking attack power and strength gear. This is a best in slot warrior stuff for the most part, warrior paladin best in slot gear. And I'd probably actually want a lot more stamina and defensive stats if I was gonna legit tank. But yeah, mostly strength gear, 748 attack power. And then Holy Paladin said, mate, I had a problem. I'm a PvP player. I need a good population server in order to have a low queue time on BGs and arenas. But you know what population matters in World of Warcraft, after all, MMO. Yeah, you're true that. That is true. That's one thing we are waiting for a lot. And, well, not really so much lately. Lately, PvP has been popping a lot more consistently on this server. But they've been doing things actively to PvP, so people are checking it out right now. And then, like, a lot of the people who do PvP, they play on the Sargeras side. Like, they're the more hardcore PvPers on the Sargeras side. The Andorhal server here, I would guess, is probably more PvE players that would prefer that PvP wasn't even a part of the game. So I would see that as a reason why Battlegrounds don't pop very frequently on this server. And there's all this community talk of people wanting to make Andorhal a PvE server, and I don't know if it's like people trolling or if it's actually like a developer question that they ask the community. And that's, you know, as a side note, that's another huge thing about this server that I actually quite enjoy, is that the developers are active in the community and asking questions like almost daily, at least weekly, about what the community thinks about game changes and stuff like that. And that much involvement means that they're really taking care of their project here, and that they really want to see it do well. And it's not just like some kind of a cash grab for them or anything like that. It's like they're trying to take their time and build a game good. It's like they're as passionate about WoW as most of the player base is. And they're as excited to see all the updates and everything as the players are too. Not to say that any other server is not like that, but this one definitely is like that, and that's another kind of plus. Bernard says, I'm 39 and my cat's got 940 attack power. Holy shit, dude. That's nuts. I wish, like, I don't even know how to build that much attack power into gear and stuff. Like, I'm fully strength, and every strength is supposed to be 2 attack power. And, well, I guess whenever I was full ret, when I was full on ret increasing attack power, I probably did have quite a bit of attack power like that, but still, like, that's crazy. And I bet you your dots hit like freight trains, like little mini freight trains. Holy Paladin says, I can survive by it on account Warglaze, but the moment I see them on Warmane website, I'll stop playing there. I don't know, man. I try not to give myself ultimatums like that, because if it's fun, if I'm enjoying it, if I can log in consistently and smile while I'm playing it, and like meet up with cool people that aren't just all trolls and stuff like that, like I don't know, that's a fun experience to me. I don't try to say that I'm not gonna play this if this happens, or I'm not gonna do that if these things happen, because if it's fun, it's fun, and you're the judge of that. Nobody else can judge that. So just pick what you like and play it. I see you on the Ascension stream a lot here. Like, well, I guess I've been streaming Ascension. I take it as a compliment that you enjoy my personality and input and feedback enough that you come over to watch a game that you don't want to play. So, I'm pretty stoked to see you around. I think it'd be cool to actually run with you at some point, at some time, but I don't know if I'm ever going to be on the game that you want to see me play, man. Because I'm into some weird stuff sometimes, and I go full retard on some things that a lot of people wouldn't have the time or patience for. So I don't foresee myself falling off of this anytime soon. If you come into the stream and a lot of it's just me mindlessly grinding something and not having fun, I think you'd be able to tell that I most likely might fall off that game. But as it stands right now, there's so much to try, there's still so much to do, and even leveling alts on this server, something I've been kind of avoiding, but having an alt on a separate account I think is pretty legit. Being able to grind him through and at least enjoy the grind of trying to save up enough gold for a mount, which I'm never going to get near because I keep on spending all my gold on point resets. But at some point I'm going to have enough self-restraint to save up 1,000 gold for my fast mount. And this is how I'm doing it. I'm getting gold from these dungeon runs, and I'm leveling a whole nother character in the process, and that's just somebody else I can try out different specs on. This is my plate wearing strength DPS / tank guy, and Spitfire is going to be my intellect wearing healing / spellcaster DPS guy. Hell, maybe I'll even make him a tank if I can figure out a way. I know that there's a lot of talents that convert intellect into attack power, and like the mage specifically has a intellect, the amount of intellect you have increases your armor. So maybe I'll make like a battle mage tank out of Spitfire, and maybe he'll be some weird meld of the build that I'm using right now, because that would be pretty neat, I think. Oops, got turned around. But yeah, I'm still having a blast, man. I'm still having fun. I'm loving it. I'm loving how different it is from anything I've ever played before. And how it's taking, like, it's the fantasy aspect of it too. It's like you can build your perfect build that RPs just the way you want it to, or that performs just the way you want it to. You could just be the broken spec that everybody hates when they queue Battlegrounds and they see you're in it. They're like, you know what? This guy's running. I'm leaving. I'll take my chances in Warsong Gulch because Elude's in this battle. You know what I mean? Or even like the opposite. Like, oh look, there's Elude. I'm gonna target him every single time I see him in the BGs, and just no life killing Elude. Pete Vega says, "See yous later." Alright, Pete Vega, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to see you again. But yeah, man, even if you don't enjoy this game, you're welcome to live vicariously through me enjoying it. Don't mind that at all. Alright, so we're going to keep Elude, or Spitfire rather, at the door here, because Arcanist Doan likes to AoE. I think he magics the door shut, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. He just AoEs hard. You will not defile my mysteries, or he says these mysteries. I think this is where Spitfire might get nailed. No, he didn't. Alright, good. Burn in righteous fire. Wow, Spitfire got nailed by that. Alright, Spitfire, you do the honors. The Mantle of Dohan increases hit rating by 9. You know, that actually might be better for the hit rating aspect. Let's see if it looks cooler. We'll go by if it looks cooler. Who cares if it has better stats if it looks cooler. Oh no, I'm doing something to my screen over here. Oh, I just totally messed up that. I think I need to relaunch his game because I just messed up his screen. Here, let me see. Maybe I can save it. Save it. Yeah, I gotta relaunch. Dang. Okay, I gotta relaunch Spitfire because I dragged his window all wonky. But yeah, that Mantle of Dohan, we'll see if that looks any good. If it looks legit, then we're gonna roll with that, because the hit rating, especially while you're leveling, is always good to have. Hell, maybe I'll talent him for hit rating though. And I realize it's kind of off-center. Just give me a second. Just need to get that and properties and this and that. Okie dokie. There we go. Oh yeah. Spitfire. Okay, so he's already got the item. And we'll switch over to him so you can see what he's looking at. We're looking for the Mantle of Dohan. Ooh, it came with a random enchant. You have a 4% chance when shooting an additional... to shoot an additional shot with your auto shot when dealing 80% weapon nature damage from blah 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 blah. Okay, so Wild Quiver is basically Wild Quiver. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, those are legit. Purple and kind of spiky and stuff. When we get Shadow Form, that's going to look really nice. Robes of the Lich, they match perfectly with Robes of the Lich. I'm waiting to level up to get those on as well. We got a cloak here, that'll kind of match as well. We got the Cold Rage Dagger, look at it, looks nasty. We've already wearing our held an offhand. We might use this dagger, or that's a one-handed sword. Yeah, we'll use that sword probably until we can get high enough for the Cold Rage Dagger. Ooh, the gloves. I really don't want to get rid of my gloves of the Twilight. They look so cool. I really like these gloves. They're pretty badass. But anyways, okay, so we got that stuff. We're done with this. Let's see. Holy Paladin says, you are the type of a good you are the type of a good gamer. It is called the cool one, and it's ancient. It's dying. Gaming is starting to be instant. I don't like where games are going. The game of my childhood is WoW, and I will play it as long as it's fun for me and I enjoy it, or to the last servers alive. See you, mate. All right, Holy Paladin. It's always good to see you, man. Take it easy. I appreciate all the compliments and stuff. I'm just trying to have fun and make friends. That's all. We got Dohan Strongbox here. So that run took us 39 minutes. Let's give the key to Spitfire. He's actually probably going to run this more than Elude does. And then even next run we can get one for Elude. And that key's going to allow us to open the armory. So let's get rolling. Gypsy fishes come online. It's kind of foggy in here. Do you see the fog? Oh, I thought I turned that off. Okay, never mind. Oops, oops. Don't get caught up on the... Come over here. There we go. Fantastic, fantastic. So that run took us 40 minutes, and we weren't in any rush at all. But I really think we could probably bring that time down even further. And Spitfire is, well, y'all can see his screen actually is over half into this level. I wouldn't mind farming this dungeon. It's this first part with all the gallants, the gallants and stuff like that, whatever you call them. I'm not really a fan of this first starting bit, but I think we could figure it out as we go. We'll hone in the runs to be a lot more efficient and save a lot more time. Come on, what's going on, Spitfire? You having problems? Can't follow? What's happening, man? Why are you running that way? And speaking of which, before I forget, I'm gonna swap those screens back so y'all can see Elude's perspective. Alright, come on, keep up, Spitfire. Don't get all hung up on stuff. Keep on going this way. Here we go. Yeah, buddy. Alright, we're gonna come over here and park and take a short break, and I'll be back with another run, and we're gonna beat that 41-minute mark there. So we're gonna chill right here. I'm gonna give y'all a featured video to look at, and let's see, what do y'all want to see? Let's do Spitfire. We'll do one of the early videos of Spitfire, so y'all can see how Spitfire got his start. Go into the video manager here. We'll set up our AFK screen with the featured video. Let's see, maybe 3? I bet you the third page here might have a Spitfire. Spitfire, when we first started him, he was a patient fire mage. That's, I think, what we were calling him. Shaman milk. Yeah, this is a little bit too early. Let's go to 2. Let's find out what episode we started him at. I may have gotten him started a lot earlier and only streamed it a little later. Actually, no. He was my very second stream on this server. I made Spitfire. So he was episode 2. Alright, so we could actually copy it at current time. I think I may have been showing y'all this one before. We'll pick it up where it left off though. Okay. Featured video. Alright guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, give me that crit. Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna choose that. Oh wait, no. Spell power. Seems like it would be more beneficial to... Do I want to increase my spell power? Yeah, right? Because Ignite works off the spell power with the spirit right now. I don't know. 23. I'll lose crit and intellect though. Crit strike 2. Let's go with the shoulders.
Safe travels.
Got some male shoulders now. And then put that ring on. Now we got 1133 crit.
Yeah, buddy. Reset talents. I think we're
I
gonna
did a
reset
talent and just got
talents.
reset at 20.
What's that?
So I spent one of my talent in respecs at 20.
Oh yeah, I might do the same. I'm debating on whether or not I want to do it now. I'm gonna wait. I'll just hold off. Okay, now.
I got a gun for the first time, so now I'm trying to level gun skills while pulling.
I've been using a
Little
wand lately. Wands are legit.
Yeah.
No ammo.
You have spare talents put into wand mastery from Disc Priest.
No, thank you. I don't use it that much. It's just a slot for me right now. Eventually it'll be stats, but it's nice whenever I go ohm after long chain pulls, like back-to-back pulls.
I think the talent is like 25% more damage, pretty legit for leveling.
I'd rather cast Fireball. Alright.
Be good.
Intel. 1, 2, 3, 1 mana now.
Nice.
Okie dokie. Now let's do a buttload of crap like find the Baggins dude. There aren't any quests here. Maybe if we go south, there'll be some outside of that place where all those rock knolls are. I remember there being quests in this town to kill like all these creatures and stuff, but I guess I don't have that. I don't get that right now. We're gonna go find the excavation crew though, and maybe somewhere south here we'll get quests for other stuff. When I hit 20, I'm gonna get Ghost Wolf, Rain of Fire, a couple things I'm saving points for. I think just Ghost Wolf and Rain of Fire. I got Flame Strike already. I'm gonna Flame Strike and Rain of Fire some fools. Some mad AoEs. Looking a little bit more legit now, aside from the green looking chest. Someone put a middle finger thing. Alright, come on now. I guess I don't have quests for this area either. But I am going to take this shortcut here. We'll work our way through. Maybe we'll get some claws from them. Some money's not bad either. I don't think we need a totem. Man, very tempted to just reallocate them points right now. Then I start, oh, there's a crit. Ah, I just saw that ignite go off. That was sweet. Alright, let's see if Flame Strike gives, nope, it doesn't. Because I just saw a crit. So maybe it is only Fireball that causes ignite.
Yeah, I switched my spec and ended up getting dropping defensive stance for now because I don't only need it until I get to 40 for shield slam.
Ah, okay. All it does is reduce your damage until then, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, I've seen the flame shot crit a few times, but I don't get ignite off of that. So it looks like only the fireball is causing ignite to go off. That may be another reason to respin talents. Wonder if flame strike would cause ignite. I don't know.
If flame strike can crit.
I'm gonna test it here. Calls down pillar of fire burning, causing 40 bit fire damage. I don't know. I figured flame strike could crit. I don't guess it does. It does work. It says Shadow Mill doesn't work. It does work. You just gotta believe. The manas. Crit, damn you, crit. Crit. I don't think it does crit. Yeah, I don't think it does crit. It's supposed to have like I'm close to 12% crit rating though. So if anything can crit, it should be. It's the highest I've seen it yet. Cold coffee, yay. I ran over to Loch Madan to do a few quests.
Yeah, I've been like scraping to get around and do different zones.
Have you been to Red Ridge or Lakeshire yet?
Yeah, I'm working on Red Ridge right now.
Any ally in the area? I know a lot of people were talking about getting Alliance over there.
Yeah, I'm working on the Elite quest right now with a group of like 4 people.
Cool. Ally. I meant Horde.
Oh yeah, they were pretty crazy yesterday.
Man. I am not very survivable at all.
Yeah, neither am I.
I see those guys.
They're like playing like the super OP specs.
Yeah.
I'm out of range.
There's an ignite. Even with just that fireball, like ignite still seems pretty fun. It still seems fun to get that. Yeah, there's another flame shot crit that did not make ignite pop off. Sad face.
What's on your mind?
Fire stick, slicer, agility axe.
Safe travel.
How are ya?
I'm doing well. Intellect spirit, intellect belt. Ooh, look at that. Don't mind if I do. Glad I came for that. Here, let's see. Orange, white. No, no, no. No.
Watch your back.
Give me that intel. 1306.
Yeah, so now I'm rocking like 4 Kings, Devotion Aura. Got
Alrighty, we're back. That was some early levels of Spitfire there. We're just hosting, and we'll get back to what we were doing just now. Now, my game's a little offset right now. Let me fix that.
here we go. Now. Bernard says, sorry, my bad. 1030 AP with 25% crit. Nice, man. What level are you? What level is your kitty at? Be interesting to know. 1030 AP, that's pretty crazy, man. At level 60 with all my rec gear and everything, I was just barely over 1,000 myself, but I don't think I had anywhere near 25% crit. So that's pretty legit, man. Alright, we're gonna run out and reset this dungeon. Let's see if Spitfire is gonna get assaulted. No, he won't. Okay, so we're resetting the instance, and we'll say that run took us like 40 minutes, I think. Gonna run back in here. The Void does not like this place, apparently. Sorry, Void. Get all our buffs back up. Seal a command. Put some sanctuary on ourselves. Some big fort. Big fort for you too, Mr. Spitfire. We'll get him some mana. We need to also vigilance. Alright, and Spitfire, you can give us some Mark the Wild and Arcane Intellect. And for yourself as well. Fantastic. And he also needs to, oh, he needs to summon his pet. Bernard says level 39, 40 in a couple of minutes. Dang, man. So at that level you're running with that much attack power and crit. Nice. You're pretty well there on your way, man. Okay, so most of Elude's damage was Barthag's attack. What is this? Let's reset that. Let's get a more accurate parse. Okay, so we're buffed up. We're ready to go. We're going to start the timer now. Let's get it going. We're going to take out the Gallant first. Or the Gallant. Gallant, Gallant, whatever it is. We can get the adept from over there. Divine Storm. Interrupt the heal. Chain heal ourselves. Big ol' whirlwind for that group there. Use our free instant cast chain heal. Got another one right back up. Chain heal's just there. It's popping. As much as we want it, it's there. Get this Gallant over. Make quick work of this guy here. Let's see if we can get Tiny. Hey! At least even the undead spec here, or the undead proc from our Noggin Fogger is shorter. He's a shorter guy now. And plus he looks awesome as an undead. I love their dance. Doing the rock and roll thing. Da-na-na-na-na-na, head banging. Oh yeah. Let's keep on trucking. We're on the timer. Get out of here with all your smites, Mr. Adept. Mr. Miss Adept, rather. Get that instant cast heal. Big old whirlwind attack. Dual wield whirlwind is fun. Me gusta mucho. Alright, so let's get all of y'all, come back this way. Come back this way. Spitfire. Spitfire! No! Hurry, Spitfire. Here. Void sack for Spitfire. He needs to call his Void in too. Instant cast heal. Get us topped off. A little bit of multitasking here. There we go. Another instant cast heal. Yeah, buddy. In the zone. Yeah, man. That's what I like to see. Went a little haywire there because Spitfire got stunned and left back in the boonies. But we saved him. Let's get a bow attack to those guys. Come back this way. Ooh, he did it. He did the explosive shot on us. And every time I say he, it's a she. My bad. Rah. Oh yeah, we're gonna beat that timer, that's for sure. Think it might be safe for Elude to come on in? Yeah. And as I say Elude, I mean Spitfire. Come on in, Spitfire. Put him on follow. Here's a gallant and a gallant. Some storm strike into hemorrhage. Get this gallant over here. Man, I'm digging hemorrhage. That's way better than sinister strike. For only 1 talent extra, that's a clear win. You can go ahead and release the hounds and see if it helps you, but things are not looking too good for you, Mr. Houndmaster. Get that chain heal going. Get that next chain heal going. Even Divine Storm heals us some small amount. Totally worth it. Alright, let's see if we can get the whistle this time. Dog training gloves yet again. No worries. Kashing. Alright, Spitfire, don't get caught up on anything. 5 minutes into the run. I think we're going to make this run a lot faster than the last. We don't want too many of these things. Just enough to get dirty. Yeah, man. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nothing. Spitfire got put in the back there. No worries. We may have gotten more than we can chew here with the Gallant, so I'm gonna go ahead and Void Sack. Get that bubble going. It's so good that you can Void Sacrifice without dropping threat. Can't say how pleased I am with that enough. What are you resetting? Really? Why, Scarlet Adept? Some interesting developments there. Large solid chest, loot that and keep moving. We got a chaplain and diviners. We got like 4 right there. Let's bring them back in here. Come on, Void. He's got the bubble on him. Yeah, man. Oh, no you don't. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Let's keep going. I think Spitfire can come a little bit closer now. He's at more than halfway into this level now. So that's really good. Let's park Spitfire back here behind this corner. That's most likely where we're going to pull everything.
chaplains. Maybe we'll even dip in here and grab some monks and duck behind this corner and bring everybody. Come on. We should be LOS enough. That guy seems to still want to be over there. Who is he attacking? Alright, here we go. Ooh, good heal there. Got a little dicey for a second, but we got it under control. Another nice big heal there. And another. Hear that earth living proccing, that's nice. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with Frostbrand attack and earth living, because Frostbrand's still 13% of our damage. Our physical damage moves you see kind of got higher, because the whole hemorrhage and improved defensive stance thing that we did. We got some more of those guys. Yeah, that's good enough. Might as well pop a dodge. I mean, we ain't really dodged much at all lately. Get some attacks from Elude in the back, or Spitfire in the back rather. Yeah, man. Alright, so we'll pull this next group here. Maybe we'll get both sides if we can. All the way around here. Come to me, Void. Void trying to solo that group over there. It's so nice. It's so very nice. I need to remember to use Hammer of Righteous more, because that's a pretty hard hitting attack. Maybe try to keep it on cooldown if we can. Yeah, buddy. Alright, Spitfire, move up a bit. I think he can even go to the next room. There's a chest there. Is it locked? Yeah, it's locked. Alright, Spitfire's safe where he's at now. Come on, Void. I'm gonna try to pull this whole room and let's see how this works out. May need another Void sack, but we'll see. Keep some nice big hammers of the righteous going out. Big whirlwind. Remember to chain heal. Divine Storm heals aren't bad either. Yeah, that Hammer of the Righteous hits so hard. We really can't forget to incorporate that. Nice. So that was that whole next room done. As we fill it out more, we'll figure out where our limit is and try to push it as much as possible. Come on up, Spitfire. I got all turned around. My mouse has been doing some janky things lately. Alright, Spitfire, you're good there. Let's try to get some of this room here. Bring them back this way on this side. And this should be this whole hallway here taken care of as well. Yeah, man. Yeah, that Hammer of the Righteous hits hard. I need to make sure to keep that on cooldown. Things just melt whenever I hit it with that.
keep on moving. I think that's most of this room done too. Yeah, man. Most of this room's taken care of. Let's see if we can grab a whole lot. Come to me, Void. Right there. Spitfire can move up a bit. Alright. Multitask failing. Don't you die on me, Elude. Got a lot of monks in this pool. I think I already void sack. Let's dodge. We're popping all our cooldowns. This is rough. Come on, heal up. Keep on damaging. Come on, keep healing. No, don't hard cast. Don't you die on me. Oh no! Bit off more than I could chew. That's alright, we got Spitfire in the back holding it down with the res. It's okay if the tank dies. We're still at 14 minutes, not bad at all. Here, let's man it up. And flash heals from Spitfire will get us topped right off. And rebuff up. Alright, rebuffs. Rebuffs for everyone. Our fucking void's gone now. Dang. It's gonna hurt the timer just a little bit, but that's okay. Void's up. Let's give him a blessing. Let's rebuff our Earth Living while we're at it. Gonna need our Righteous Fury. And we're also gonna need... yeah, we're out of mana. Just got a little bit too ballsy there. Yeah, these are gonna be quick runs too, like 20 minutes or less, if we can figure out the pools better. And Spitfire's already almost ready to ding. No, not you, me. There we go. Our problem there, I noticed, was chain heal's got a cooldown on it, and I wasn't able to just chain heal right back right away. I forgot about that cooldown on chain heal. That's okay. I think that was the first time we've actually had to hit that cooldown threshold there. Alright, we can get this whole room again. I think we can comfortably pull it now. Spitfire's back there holding it down, just in case we fudge up again. Chain heal. I think what happened was, see, chain heal doesn't go on cooldown, but I think we got kicked because we were hard casting it when we panicked. So that was just a skill check on my part that I failed. I wasn't waiting for my splashy water sound for my maelstrom proc. And this is the last boss here, so park Elude there, let Spitfire catch up. And this is the last boss. Let's hope for that dagger, because the dagger here is the shit. I'm not trying to defile nothing, buddy. I'm just trying to get your loot. Give me that loot. It's got the big bubble. We're gonna wait and begin our DPS again. Hemorrhage is hitting like a freight train. Fantastic. 123 XP. Come on in, Spitfire. Illusionary Rod. Crit strike rating. A whole lot of intellect. That is a good pick. Okay.
Now, Elude can get the Scarlet Key. And that's the key to the armory. There we go. And let's run out. So that was about 18 minutes there for that run. We'll actually call it done whenever we get out of the dungeon. Pause for a second and let Spitfire catch up, because he does not have the run speed increase like Elude does. I got Pursuit of Justice from the Ret Pallies. Wait for him to catch up and continue. Not going to leave him hung up on a door again. I really like that. I think it's the Shadowfang Keep theme music as well. That dun 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 dun. I wish the whole dungeon had that. That was it's a pretty cool tune. Come on, Spitfire. Alright, let's see. We got 20 spots in our bags here, and Spitfire has 18 as well. Oh, cut a corner there again. Come on, Spitfire. Let's make everything into heavy bandages. Got heavy mage weave, 39 heavy silk bandages, and then we're going to make 2 heavy wool bandages. That should give us more bag space as well. And while that's cooking, we can give all the gear to Spitfire. And we're giving him all the gear so whenever we go to vendor and sell and stuff, he can take his choice of the stuff that he can actually use. And some of these random enchants are nice. Like, this increases the effect of Blessing of Wisdom by 5%. I don't know if we'll ever spec into that, but still, it's neat to see REs pop. Here's a Fire Wand. Here's a Frost Damage Chest, in case he ever goes into a Frost Mage, I guess. Dream Slayer. This is a one-handed mace. It has 7 strength, 3 spirit. Reduces the mana cost of all of the priest heals, basically. Okay. Alright. I see what you're doing there. Ooh, there's a neck. I think Spitfire just needs any neck at all. I wonder if he can actually wear this one. Yeah, it's level 31. He should be able to. Create these 2 band-aids. Let's see. Where did that neck go? Right here. 5 intellect, 5 spirit. As opposed to no neck, this is a good neck. Yes, I don't mind if it binds. So that puts him up to 1, 2, 3 intellect. Very nice. And Bernard says, ooh, that's gotta hurt. Stop spamming symbols. That's a warning. Sorry about the Nightbot, man. Gotta keep him there. He's for your protection as well as mine. Alright, so run out and rerun. Rerun. We're gonna run out and rerun. We'll reset all instances here. Scarlet Monastery has been reset. Let's run him right back in. We're hoping for the crit strike dagger. That would be best if we can get that dagger from Arcanist Doan. Pink Rose said, laugh out loud, Nightbot. Yeah. Fucking Nightbot. Okie dokie. Let's get cracking. Let's get some big Hammer of Righteousness off. Let's just keep on trucking. This may have been a little bit more than we wanted to pull, but we're going to push our limits this run. We're gonna try to beat that 20-minute timer. Might as well void sack right there. That void sacrifice is a 2,000 damage bubble. And as long as you see it around my characters, like the black animation, is how much damage it has absorbed successfully. And it just fell off. And that's with their increased holy damage as well. You can't beat how much damage that absorbs. It's just too good. I wonder too if I stam stack if that becomes bigger, because it takes a chunk of the void's health away and gives me a bubble. Like that just, to me, I can't see why any tank wouldn't get a Void Walker with Soul Link improved for the stamina and the Void Sack bubble. Like, it's just, it's too good. It's too good to ignore. Alright, they're stunning our Spitfire. Alright, come on Spitfire. Gotta run around the corner here. Spitfire got stunned off a follow. Alright, here we go. Let's get our Hammer of the Righteous. Some chain heals for Spitfire and myself. Another big Hammer of the Righteous. As I'm using Hammer of the Righteous more, I see it creeping up on my damage meter here. Let's see if we can maybe and get this guy as well. Oh, don't die, Spitfire, don't die. Heal myself and Spitfire here. There we go. Yeah, man. Hammer the Righteous, prioritizing that more. Gonna see what kind of damage it does this run. More heals. Looks like we finally got the Beastmaster coming over there. Does he see me? Can he see me through walls? Got the X-ray vision Beastmaster over there. Alright, loot up. Yeah, that's the hard pull with all those ranged attackers. But they're taken care of now. Hell, we even got that Gallant somehow. Let's get both of those. Yeah. Come on, Void. We're gonna grab those guys with the hounds here. Spitfire, make sure he's still successfully following rather. Now, these dogs actually do hit a little hard, so I'm gonna Void Sack right off the bat. Another benefit of this Void Sacrifice is it's always off of cooldown, at least every pull. We're going to follow that up with a 15% damage reduction from Bark Skin. And that's done. Fantastic. Dispel all these holy damage stacking debuff off of ourselves. Spitfire still following. Good job, Spitfire. Way to go. Bernard said, ding! 40 now. 115 AP, 24.4% crit XD. Grats, man. Grats. The big 40. Do you got enough for your mount, or you still got to wait for that? I'm kind of hoping that room to the left pulls, but as I realize how much damage these guys are doing, I kind of hope it doesn't pull. We'll see.
Prioritizing more of our Hammer of the Righteous on cooldown. Yeah, man. So good. So good. Look at Hammer of the Righteous creeping up on the list there. Alright, Spitfire fell back a little bit. That's okay. No worries, Spitfire. Hammer of the Righteous more. I'm waiting to just track and see when that's off of cooldown. Get the treasure chest. We'll start pulling chaplains and diviners. Come back this way, Void. Listen to it. Just dropping the hammer on him. Yeah, the pulls go a lot faster with that Hammer of the Righteous. Okie dokie. Let's catch Spitfire up a bit. All the bodies. All the bodies. Probably keep him right here, actually. Let's see how much we can get. We can get these guys in here. Let's go for these guys in here as well. And we'll even grab some of those. Bring the Void. This may be a bit much. Void Sack, Bark Skin, we need all that right now. This might be rough. Let's keep dropping that hammer. That'll kill him quickly. We still have our Void Sack on us, so that allowed us to catch up quite a bit. Very good, very good, very good. Oh yeah. Look at that. That was nice. The Zealot Blade. That could be good for Spitfire. That could actually be good for him right now if he can use it. Let's see. Versus what he has. Does he have nothing? What I don't understand. Okay, here it is. He's got the Buzzard Blade, which increases crit strike by 5, but this adds a slowing effect to your Blizzard, but intellect and spirit. We're going to throw that on because our intellect is converting to spell power on him. And that's worth the crit strike lost. And his look is pretty good like that. I don't know. I still prefer the dagger from Dohan. So hopefully we get that Arcanist Dohan dagger. We put what's his name on follow there. We're gonna get this next room as much as we can. Come back this way. Once they get all grouped up and fancy, we can drop the hammer and whirlwind and drop the hammer and divine storm. Oh yeah, dropping the hammer. It's so good. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And then single target hemorrhage someone down. We're at 17 bag slots, so still plenty of room in the bags. Spitfire still on follow. Ooh, there's a chest. It's locked. Okay. Go get those guys, Void. Then once he gets those, we'll follow them all back. Need a heal.
This may be another big pull where we bit off a little more than we could chew. But I think we've figured out our rotation well enough to where we can handle it. Some big AoEs. Yeah, do it to him. Like that earth living sound. Oh yeah. Harpy short bow. Harpy claw short bow. Did it random enchant? Any chance? Harpy claw short bow. Where did it go? Right here. Nope, didn't random enchant. That's okay. Now we're on to the next room. Kind of sucks running in with no rage. Come back here, Spitfire. There we go. Now we got some rage. AoE heals. And Hammer the Righteous. And Whirlwind. Yeah, man. Ting, ting, ting. Man, that Hammer the Righteousness is hard hitting. Can't believe I was neglecting that ever at all. It's just so good to keep on cooldown. The Anthenium. Okie dokie. Let's grab these guys. Come back, Spitfire. Void Sack. Ooh, this is dangerous. Got some stuff going on here in this pool. Yeah, Void Sack with that is pretty good. Let's evade even. Our evasion dodge will help us out. Look at all the mana, 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 mana. That's that evasion popped right there. Now we're hearing a lot of them start to die. They're all starting to fall off. Big whirlwind. Yeah, we're learning how to keep pushing this build to its limits. We get a little squishy, but it's a lot of damage coming from the monks. Nothing we can't handle though. Already looted. Alright, is that everything? Yeah. And we're at the Arcanist at the 13-minute mark. We'll send the Elude in to finish the job. I think that hammer's even good for single target attacks. Alright, he's doing his big AoE. Spitfire got hit by that back there. Wasting energy and resources on his bubble. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Give Spitfire a nice heal. The Illusionary Rod. We'll grab that on Elude. And I think that's a wrap. We're going to port back to Stormwind. Yeah, let's go to Stormwind. Spell not learned. I got to swap specs for the port. And I think we're going to call that a wrap. Elude or Spitfire is just 2 bars from ding. Next time we play, we'll have a nice ding to look forward to. But I think that's going to be it, folks. We're going to go ahead and call that episode 47 complete. I appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with me. It's been fun, as it always is. And until next time, we'll see you guys around. Later, Pink Rose. YouTube Bernard, keep your kitty going. Later, man.